TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
Turris is the official coach developer programme of Leinster GAA. Turris aims to assist coaches develop the whole player through individualised, age-appropriate activities, aligned to the GAA player pathway. This is done using Turris's 5 guiding principles. 1. Testing and challenging. All players should be challenged to improve at their level. 2. Understands the players at the centre of the game and provides individualised development. 3. Resembles the game in that all activities are game-based. 4. All players are involved all of the time. Lots of touches, lots of decisions. 5. Should be an enjoyable, developmentally appropriate and holistic GAA experience. An important aspect of the Turris programme is to develop a coherent approach to coaching in 3 key areas: clubs, schools and academy squads. Club coaches will attend Turris Player Pathway workshops aligned to the players that they are coaching. These workshops, delivered by Leinster GAA staff, will discuss what age-appropriate coaching involves, as well as demonstrating a variety of practical coaching activities. All club coaches who attend these workshops will then be supported by Leinster GAA staff back in their club environment. These club visits will help coaches to further understand the Turris coaching principles and embed them in their weekly coaching sessions. Teachers at both primary and post-primary level will also be given opportunities to attend player pathway workshops tailored to meet their needs within school settings. At academy squad level, coaches will be offered bespoke learning opportunities to improve their coaching expertise, as well as a constant source of mentoring through talent development leaders within counties. Talent development leaders are Leinster staff members tasked with implementing the player pathway content, as well as player development guidelines within talent academies. A key part of their task is to develop coaches working within talent academy squads using the Turris principles. In all, Turris will support 5,000 coaches across Leinster on their coaching journey. Turris, because better coaches make better players.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like, baby. You don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
TEG Cusick Park here for this afternoon's Slevin coaches senior hurling final between Clonkill and Castletown Geoghegan. We're down here in the belly of Cusick Park because it's too wet to go out on the pitch, and they're afraid I'd grow if I went out too far out onto the pitch. So I'm joined this afternoon live here on AirV TV by 2 men who need no introduction, I suppose, at all, but I'm going to anyway. Johnny Greville, former manager of Raharney and indeed of our ladies camogie team, and John Shaw here, Raharney hurler, and of course a very lifelong almost, I suppose, at this stage, John, Westmeath hurler. Lads, I suppose this was the final. Apart from Raharney, this was probably the final everybody thought it might be.
Yeah, I think I think from probably early rounds of the championship, it was kind of standing out. It was looking like Clonkill and Castletown were the form teams, as the old Raharney is, just weren't maybe producing or performing at that stage, and it looked likely going along the road. I suppose the championship format is different. Maybe Clonkill last year started slowly, whereas this year they were consistent enough over the course of the championship, and probably if you look at it realistically, it was they probably had the more difficult semi-final, and probably didn't perform as well on the day, but really come out not performing well, winning. So you know what I mean. Probably Clonkill will be favourites going into the game today.
John, you agree that Clonkill are probably going in maybe just slight favourites, I suppose, here today?
Yeah, possibly. I'd say, I suppose it's been a strange year, Paul, with COVID and everything. It's, you didn't really get to see much of the teams. Very kind of a slow start to the championship. So you really only got to view, I suppose, what way both teams were nearly lining up at semi-final stage. So obviously Castletown had a convincing win at the semi-final stage. Clonkill had an extremely tough game against Loughlin Gales, who really gave it everything to them on the day, and probably unlucky. I think Clonkill's experience in the end. Probably
introduction of some of their subs as well, bringing on
without doubt, Paddy Dowd had a serious impact on the game, and probably was the difference between the two sides on the day. And I think that game will stand Clonkill. They're going for 3 in a row. It's a bit of pressure in itself, but I think for Castletown to come in a second year in a row, the probably pressure is even more on them to get a championship with this team. I think the loss of Shane Clavin is significant for Castletown as well. At centre back, Clonkill are extremely physical team, and Castletown are really going to have to match them physically wise today, and particularly on the day that it is out there as well, it's going to be even more. It's going to be sloppy and messy, and a lot of dirty ball, and very, very physical. And Clavin is a massive loss, I think, for Castletown. Niall Mitchell, I see, is on the subs there for Clonkill. We understand
you're expecting them to play, John. Yeah?
I'm expecting them to play at some sort. Yeah. It's a collarbone injury, but I think you can strap that up and tape it up, and he'll take watching no matter, even if he's on one arm, he'll take serious watching. And obviously big player, 6'2" or 3 as well, and if you're probably looking at both teams, probably their forward lines are the most exciting for both teams, and maybe if there is suspects on both teams, it could possibly be at the back and on both sides.
We're going to look through now, just while we're waiting there. We're going to look through the paths to the final for both teams. There is coming up in our graphic there. Johnny, it started off, I suppose, the championship was the game we all wanted to see was Clonkill and Raharney in the opening game of the championship. It threw up that game. And in actual fact, it was a bit of a damn squib, if the truth be known, that evening here. Yeah,
as John said, and it's been a strange year, and it's been hard. When you're not sitting in the stand watching these games, you guys have been doing a super job in promoting the game and showing all these games. It's been great, but it's not the same when you're not in the stand and you can let a few yelps out. And Raharney, I watched that game, and Raharney were poor on the day. I'm not taking anything away from Clonkill. Clonkill were tuned in and really produced some really, really good hurling. Now missing a few of their key players as well, going in that game, and that's what I meant when I said at the start, is that Clonkill have really maybe learned from the last couple of seasons and the slow start that they made last year, and really put their best foot forward this year and look really, really consistent. As John said, both defences are young, backbone of defences are young, so which is great. It's fantastic, and it's good to see that. But the attacking players on show are really there to, the Castletown will put up some great scores. We'll look at a video later on, a few clips of them, and some fantastic scores going through, especially in the semi-final. But if you look at Clonkill's game in the semi-final, Only Price came back into the mix, and he was a key player. A lot of balls came through Only for a lot of key scores in that game. Loughlin Gales were probably, were lucky not to come out with something out of the game. But
very disappointed afterwards, Johnny. We were chatting to a few of the Loughlin Gales boys afterwards, and they were gutted that they hadn't really, at the death of the game when things mattered, was only when they started really to fire. It was the third quarter burst from Clonkill at that stage that saw them over the line. The introduction of Paddy Dowdle at half time, I suppose, was a major
huge experience there. Like Paddy coming in to any team, even see the football, the same cornerback last week for St. Holman. So Paddy is a serious even influence in, I know we're not in dressing rooms now with the COVID, but he's a great
we're
person.
Actually in the dressing room today.
At the minute, but with
it's too wet to go outside.
But with the COVID and the way that's gone, and Paddy just even being there with the younger lads around, you know, that'll really drive them across. They'll be hungry for the 3 in a row. They're not going to walk out of here, you know, and handing any cup to Castletown. But as John said, and I think you know, this day is really down to Castletown. How much do they really want it? Are they going to go out and put Clonkill to the pin of their collar? And you know, Castletown have the ability to win this game. No, let's not take away from that. You know, we're just going on Clonkill's experience.
Yeah, and looking at that a bit, Castle, we're going to look at a few little bits and pieces from earlier games and from the semi-final here. It's in particular, John, I suppose, we're looking at the puck-out strategy from Castletown Geoghegan. We're looking at a graphic there. We've seen it. 50% of their puck-outs won last year in the county final, and yet they only scored 4 points. Whereas in the county semi-final this year, they won 62% of their puck-outs, and they scored 2-8. So their puck-out strategy, John, has changed that a little bit, I suppose, as well. And it's certainly helping them, particularly in the forward line with Niall O'Brien getting on the end of most of that stuff. I mean, if we're looking at some of the stuff here, it's direct ball, it's going into that forward line, and they know where the posts are, John.
Yeah, and I suppose with conditions today, they'll probably have no choice but to just drive the puck out as long and as hard as they can. I don't think either goalie will be going short or trying to angle any particular balls out. I'd say they'll just go route one because of conditions, you know. And I suppose if you look at the right, like last year they won 50% of their own puck outs. It's probably down to Clonkill's just defence. Like Clonkill typically just get men back. Shane Power in particular now, he plays midfield, but he really is, you know, he'll cover probably Paddy Dowell will probably centre back today, and Power will probably drop right back there on top of the centre forward there, and that's where Clonkill are really good at, you know. They just mop up breaks there, you know. So Castletown, they're just going to have to really bring a huge level of physicality to that middle third.
Yeah, we're looking at their movement there though as well from that puck out. There always seems to be a third man coming off the shoulder, Johnny. Yeah. Whether it's a tactic or not from Pat O'Brien, but there always seems to be that extra player. It's not. Plunkett Maxwell, I suppose, has been the go-to man at a lot of the stages. And when he gets the ball, or when they get the ball in around that centre of the field, it's into Niall O'Brien. Yeah. That forward line as quickly as they can possibly get it, and hoping, I suppose, a man of the calibre of O'Brien to put it into the back of the net or pop it. And it has been very successful so far this season.
I know it's working really well. They just missed the goal there a second ago, and the same, you know, that came from direct ball and the puckouts. You know, Kieran Dennis and goals and the puckouts right down in around the 45. Niall O'Brien won, you know, primary possession, took it on, stepped inside the left and into the roof of the net. But if you watch it closely and you look at the movement off the ball, you can look at Angus Clark. Yeah.
Sorry. Looking at Kieran Glennon there as the goalkeeper, I suppose. Hasn't over the years have had great goalies. I mean, Paddy Maloney, Sean Maher, and everything like that. To see Kieran Glennon in, but it's certainly a move that has worked for Pat O'Brien and his cohort.
Yeah, no, you know, I suppose it's a pity to see, you know, Paddy and Sean Maher, you know, Sean was in the goals last year, and he's an excellent goalkeeper. But you know, Kieran has stepped in, and I suppose Kieran's his technical ability in puckouts and his vision, you know, as you can see, and that's probably a big reason why they are winning so much more puckout. Is it's more directed than it is hit into an area. And you know, Angus and Niall O'Brien kind of loop in and loop out. Niall drops out deep and picks up deep ball off the puckout, maybe goes to the goal side, his goal side of the puckout, and retrieves that the ball off the shoulder and gets them scores. And Angus then drops out then as well. So you know, to have two key players, you know, working off those puckouts.
Yeah, and two key players, John, I suppose that any team would be very glad to have. I suppose no more than in any county, let alone here in Westmeath.
Yeah, and there's massive pressure on both Angus and Niall to deliver today for Castle. I think they're probably, you know, of either the team, they're probably reliant on those two more so, say, than Clonkill and anybody else. I think particular for Niall today, like he probably for his own standards last year, he had, you know, probably a poor final for the level of that he's at. But I think this year he's had a full year at it this year. You know, last year he was travelling over and back, which was extremely difficult. So you know, I think for Castle to prevail today, they're going to need a massive match from Niall O'Brien.
Yeah, and I suppose it's like everything else, Johnny. It's all on the day, and as you can see, we're in the bowels here of TEG Cusick today. Because people don't realise how cold and how wet it is, really. I mean, it's a horrible day.
Absolutely horrible. I just coming from Georgetown from a game with the Camogie myself, and you know, conditions were really testing. You know, on a good pitch, heavy going. You know, I know the pitch is in great condition out there, and it'll take a little bit of time for the players to settle into to get you. to the ball and the conditions, and get used to the conditions and moving along. But just talking about finals, and I suppose myself and John have been lucky enough to be involved in finals, and at the end of the day, to say, finals are for winning. Performances are forgotten very, very quickly, and regardless of anyway, like you look at Clonkill in the semi-final, their performance wasn't up to scratch, but they got across the line, and that's the key component. It's about the team getting across the line, whether it's in the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes of the game. It's about keep going to the end, and your performance generally in a final doesn't reflect the result.
Yeah. Castletown previous to this, and we're going to have a little look at some of the Clonkill movement and scoring over the last couple of games. John, it's hard to quantify Clonkill, in my opinion. I mean, they've blown hot and cold, and that's no disrespect to any of them, but they have blown hot and cold in a lot of games. Particularly in the first game, I thought they were very good against Raharney, but the second game they weren't quite as good. Perhaps maybe it's the transition of team. Niall Mitchell, of course, was a major loss for them for a semi-final, and he's one of the main go-getters, I suppose, from puck-out strategies and stuff like that.
Certainly, without doubt. I mean, Andrew Mitchell obviously in goals and has a serious striker of the ball, and can he can launch puck-outs down to a serious distance. So. I think we just there's a couple of changes in the Clonkill team. Geordie Smith is in for Niall Dowdle, which is
something we probably expected, I suppose,
so.
John.
Geordie had a massive impact in last year's finals. Massive impact. But I think Luke Loughlin probably is going to be a key for Clonkill.
And he was excellent in the semi-final. Kept them going, John, I suppose, when they looked as if they were in serious trouble, particularly in that first half, where the Gaels were really working hard to stop them and stop Brendan Murtagh. But they seemed to forget that Luke Loughlin was on the pitch.
That's right. I see that Clonkill probably have those two options. I mean, that they can run it from deep with the likes of Luke Loughlin there, and they have Murtagh then, of course, inside, Brendan inside, who's just extremely difficult to mark. So that's the quandary, I suppose, for Castletown now. Do you press up, push up and man mark Luke Loughlin, then you're leaving space in behind for Murtagh to come out. So it's kind of it's a double-edged sword in many ways, And Dean McDermott, I think, in fairness to him, he did a reasonable job on Murtagh last year, but if he's getting enough supply of ball, it's just virtually unmarkable there. You know what I mean? If he's getting enough ball, he's so strong, he's so fit now.
I've said it before on many occasions. Form is temporary, but class is permanent.
Without doubt.
Even at his age, I think Shane O'Brien could be nearly asking to come back into that county team, but he's just been a.
I know he's phenomenal, but you have to remember in Clonkill's last couple of finals, Brendan maybe wasn't the top performer in the final.
No, that's true.
The Luke Folan and these lads, Geordie Smith we spoke about, O'Neill Gosson, so these players have really stepped up, and I would say, just the way they set up against the Loughlin Gaels in the semi-final, Brendan was kind of dropping out deep, maybe just to bring maybe an extra little bit of physicality to the half-forward line, and Oni was seen to be the pivotal point of the attack for the ball inside. So they were dropping a lot of ball into the middle third and then moving it into space into Oni, and there was one excellent score, we see it here now in a second, where Oni received the ball in the corner at the Dunstores end.
It was very narrow angle,
it was a brilliant ball back.
And at a very crucial time as well, because the Gaels a bit of a burst.
Derek was flying on the freeze at the time. So I think Clonkill have evolved slightly from the Brendan does it all game to a more evolved game now, where Luke Folan or Luke Loughlin will be dropping in, and Only Price now, especially. I think Only inside now. I think that could be the key match-up today.
And 3 changes. We just have to be notified of 3 changes for the Clonkill side. We see that Oisin Dowdle is in at wing half back, and on the other wing coming in is Paddy Dowdle. Something that we probably thought was going to happen, John.
I think very expected. I think Oisin Dowdle is a really good hurler. I've watched him there over the past couple of years, and he's really come to prominence, I think, for them this year. So I understand he had a hamstring injury the last couple of weeks, so a little bit surprised to see him starting, but looking forward to seeing him play now. I think he's a really good player. And sure, Paddy, is Paddy. He's seen him, the influence he had in the football game last Sunday.
Absolutely,
he's just a powerhouse there. And he just knows when to put the big tackles in, and he's a serious influence in the game. Even when he's playing bad, Paddy can have an influence in the game. That's the level. So it'll be interesting to see what Clonkill do with Niall O'Brien. Will they drop Darragh Egerton back, picking him up, which they probably will do, I think. I can't see Alan McGrath picking up Niall O'Brien. He just probably...
No, I don't see it either.
Yeah, I'd say the way they've been setting up, I'd imagine that Clonkill would drop out and maybe shut out that middle third, between their own 65 and the 45, to shut out the long range shooting, and they'll probably go man-to-man inside. And
try not to give away frees, Johnny. They had a propensity for it in that semi-final. They gave away a lot of frees, and maybe if Derek was on a little bit of a better scoring form, they might have... more of them for Loughlin Gills, and
that's
it
true.
would have put them seriously into trouble.
Yeah, I suppose something we haven't mentioned is it's a massive game today for Cameron Flynn. Like,
Absolutely.
It's a huge,
The referee.
final. You know, it's his first final. It's testing conditions. That probably conditions are probably worse for a county final in the last 5 or 6 years. So it's going to be a test, and so he's probably going to have to let the game settle down a little bit, maybe to let the flow go.
So
you know,
a bit of common sense.
Yeah, a little bit of common sense early
yeah.
on, maybe, and let the thing flow and let the game develop.
Yeah, well, we had a few interviews earlier on with the two managers, Pat Toole and Pat O'Brien, so we're going to go to those folks. We'll be back with you here in a few minutes for more analysis and discussion from John and Johnny, me, myself. So for now, we're going to pass over to Pat O'Toole. I think is the first one from Clonkill.
By Pat O'Brien, the manager of the Castletown team before today's county final. Pat, I suppose the first thing how preparations gone in the build up to the game for you?
Sure, look, it's only 2 weeks since the semi-final, and look, we've done hard work for 1 week and we toned it off the second week, and most guys came through reasonably okay. We had to rest a few lads, like Nisha McKenna didn't do very little, Johnny B done very little, but look, hopefully they're all okay for today.
Yeah, the conditions today is going to lead really for a dogfight. Probably fair to say it wouldn't suit your players.
Well, we were hoping for a good sunny day, but look, we are where we are, and I'm sure Clonkill would like a fast ball also, but conditions are horrendous. I mean, you'd be hoping that the rain would ease off a bit, the wind is strong, but look, it's county final day and you have to go up for whatever is presented with.
Yeah, your minors, I don't know how you've seen them on TV earlier on, put in a huge performance, and I suppose they proved that you can get a good performance in tough conditions.
Yeah, look, sure, I mean, it's all a bit of luck, like if the ball runs for you, you can hit a purple patch or you bounce on a ball, or you know, but sure, you have to be hungry for it. A day like today is going to really, you have to stand up and be counted. Fancy Dan won't go anywhere today, he has to be really stuck into it today.
Yeah, well, you would be hoping your leaders will step up to it today. Ings is back and carried injury into the semi-final. Hopefully he's okay for today, is he?
Yeah, he seems to be okay. Like, the game will have brought him on a good bit because he was rusty enough. Like, he spent 5 weeks nursing a hand injury, and hopefully that'll bring him on. Yeah, he seems to be in prime condition.
And everyone else same
yeah,
way.
Look, we're happy enough with the team to have, but it's unfortunate. Like some Neil Turvey is very unfortunate. He's locked down in Cork. He's going out to Syria on Tuesday, and Jack Gallagher is locked up in the army as well. Poor Clavin has an injury, but look, they have injuries too and they have issues as well. So look, we have what we have, 15 against 15.
Look, Pat, wish you the best of luck in the county final. We'll let you go and join your team for the warm-up. Thanks for joining us here on TG
No
Cusick
problem.
Park.
Thank you very much.
The Clonkill manager before today's game. Pat, the first thing I suppose we have to say, it's a horrendous day for hurling.
Serious, yeah, sure, look at that's the last thing you'd want is that wind and rain, you know. So you'd all want a fine day, especially in county final day. It's very disappointing, you know. Yeah. But anyway, we have to get on with the job.
Yeah, how have preparations gone since you qualified for the final? How have the lads been for you?
Yeah, they're going well, yeah. A few bit of injuries, like sure, Niall Mitchell's still a big doubtful, and Niall Dowd is a bit of trouble as well. Out from that then, it should be okay.
Intermediates had a good win, yes, a nice boost in the start of the weekend for you.
Yeah, it was big. It was hard to look at it. It's good to win that, I suppose, yeah. Just hopefully it's a step in front.
Very good, but look, we'll let you go back down. Thanks very much here for joining us here before the game. It is a horrendous day, so I think it'll take a little bit of time to get the warm-up done today.
Oh, yeah, I know, well, it's going to be enough. It's going to be a lot of, it's just going to be hard to get through this one now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spoiled it.
Yeah, well, the conditions, but you look at the old saying, it's the same for both clubs.
That's it, simple as that.
Right, Pat, look, we'll let you go back.
Yeah, you're welcome back here to TEG Cusick Park. We're down here in the bowels of Cusick Park in the dressing room because of the inclement weather. Johnny, just before we wrap up here and we transfer over to our commentary team, we're going to have a prediction on today's game.
Yeah, look, I said it early on, I think it's going to be very hard to look past Clonkill today. I think they're hungry for the 3 in a row. I think they've got the bit more experienced team. The blend of youth and experience, and they've been here before. I know Castletown would have a lot hurt from last year, and we want to put things right. But it's going to take a massive performance from Castletown. But I'd be giving Clonkill my nod today.
Just a nod.
John,
I'm going to ask you the same question.
Yeah, something similar. I think it's going to be very tight. I think Castletown have some exceptional players, and I do expect you can be guaranteed Inga Stark will have a good game here today. He just knocks him on every time he goes out. If Niall Ryan can have a serious game, I think they've every chance. But you would just fancy Clonkill. I think they have a better bench as well. You see, they have Anthony Price, Niall Mitchell, a couple of other guys there that can just come on and make a difference. And I don't think Castletown have the same level of personnel maybe on the bench to come on and make that difference. So it's like Clonkill, but I think the Castletown are going to be ravenous here and very hungry as well. So it'll be hopefully a good game, but I think Clonkill just by a couple of points.
Well, I hope they're not as hungry as I am. We're here since 10:30 this morning. But I'm going to go book the trend. The two boys are going for Clonkill. I'm going to book the trend. I went for Castletown at the start of the season in a pre-championship prediction race. It's the only team I have left, actually, because every other team I predicted was probably going to be in a relegation battle, or probably was relegated. So I'm going to stick with Castletown. I hope it's not the kiss of death on them. I just fancy them. I think they're probably the better hurling team. Today mightn't suit them, but I just think the hunger of losing over the last couple of years and the fact that it's Clonkill going for 3-1 might get to them. For now, though, from Johnny, we're going to say goodbye to you. We're going to transfer over to our commentary team of Ray Gavin and Barry Kelly. But first of all, we'll have some adverts. And as I've said, on Earvy TV, please support our advertisers. They're the people that keep it going here. But from Johnny and myself, we'll see you back here again at half time. For now, it's over to Ray and Barry in the commentary.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
And from the commentary gantry here in TG Cusick Park, we'd like to welcome all viewers wherever you are. We want to mention just a couple of different viewers here before we get this game underway. Because one is the Castletown Geoghegan team captain Neil Kirby. He's down in Cork, he's working in the army, getting ready to go and serve for his country abroad in Syria, I think on Tuesday. Neil, we wish you well and miss you here in Cusick Park. I think I'm joined again with Barry Kelly on Cockham. I think Barry wants to mention someone just before we get down to the serious business.
Well, a work colleague of mine, Anya Kirby, mentioned that her dad, Mick Kirby, who's a club president for Castletown, I see there in the programme, and Mick is watching the game, I think, at home, and Mick, a great stalwart of Castletown, like all the Kirbys, in fairness, and names synonymous with Castletown Hurling, and be actually a relation of Neil's as well. And again, I'd like to echo those comments about Neil Kirby. A lot of people have made sacrifices over the last 6-7 months, Ray, with COVID and frontline workers and so on, and fantastic work being done, but certainly a young man captain his club, and to miss out on a county final, I'd like to echo that and wish Neil and all his colleagues a safe passage and the best luck on their peacekeeping trip. Massive work, and puts other things in perspective, certainly.
Yeah, absolutely. We wish Neil well and wish him a speedy and safe return, and hopefully for next year he'll be back in the fray. But look, we're down to the serious business in hand here now, Barry. We're going to go through the two teams. I think we're going to go through the Castletown Geoghegan team first, and they're lining out as selected on the programme from today. In goals, number 1 is Kieran Glennon. The full back line, number 2 is Aaron Glennon. The full back is Dean McDermott, and then the left corner back is number 4 Conor Kane. In the half-back line, Owen Quinn wears 5, Johnny Birmingham's at 6, and Liam Varley, left half-back, wearing number 7. Middle of the field for Castletown today, David Lynch wearing number 8, and Plunkett Maxwell wearing number 9. In the half-forward line, Angus Clark is wing forward, wearing number 10. Nisha McKenna is centre half-forward. And Brandon Carey completes the Castletown half-forward line, wearing number 12. And the inside line for Castletown today, Joe Clark at 13. Niall O'Brien is the full forward at 14. And Kieran O'Brien completes the Castletown team. And for Clonkill, now there is a couple of changes on the Clonkill team from what's on your screen, but we'll go through them as best we can. In goals, number 1, Andrew Mitchell. In the full back line, Mickey McGrath wears 2, Alan McGrath the full back at 3, and Kelvin Riley's at 4. The first change in the Clonkill 15 comes at the half-back position, where Jack O'Brien does not start, and he's replaced by number 26, Oisin Dowdle. Dar Egerton is the centre half-back, wearing number 6, and number 17, Paddy Dowdle, comes into the half-back line in place of John Kenny. Middle of the field, Shane Power wears 8 and Patter Scally at 9. The half-forward line is as selected: Alan Dowdle at 10, Luke Loughlin at 11, and Kieran Nolan at 12. And the third change in the Clonkill team comes in the corner forward position, where number 18, Geordie Smith, starts in place of Niall Dowdle. The full forward is Brendan Murta, and completing the Clonkill lineup, Only Price, wearing number 15. Barry, we have a couple of theories on what way Clonkill are going to change, because I can't see Oisin Dowdle starting in the wing back position. I expect him to go into the corner, and maybe Kelvin Riley and Paddy Dowdle going on to the half back line, which certainly will strengthen that half back line.
Absolutely, you said it, Ray. I mean, this game is a 50-50 game. I mean, the bookies have it basically an even game as well, and maybe a slight edge towards Clonkill maybe now, Ray, because I do think that Clonkill team on paper now looks a stronger team. Oisin Dowdle had a very good championship. He was injured for the semi-final. He's back in. I expect, or you and I expect, he'll pick up Kieran O'Brien. They would have known each other a lot at underage, and Oisin Dowdle is a fine, strong player, very, very good player, and no great surprise, I suppose. Then if you have Paddy Dowdle and Kelvin Riley flanking Dar Egerton in the half back line, it's a half back line with loads of pace, plenty of hurling, and on a day like this with lots of loose ball and ball being spilled, it's a very strong half back line. I just think it's a better looking team. I think Geordie Smith in the corner has been playing great stuff in training, and not long back from Australia, he's really got back to the pitch of the game very quickly. Mightn't suit him today, those kind of conditions, but it's not a game for any kind of corner forward really. So I do think a stronger team on paper. Just mention briefly, Ray, we mentioned Neil Kirby obviously and his unfortunate absence, but also I suppose both sides missing a key player, although I see Niall Mitchell is named at number 19 after a collarbone injury for the Downs a few weeks ago against Castledale, I think it was. And some man to bring in now. He's a county player, he's a big strong fella, and he could come in, whereas Castletown don't have the same luxury with Shane Clavin, their centre half back, who's out injured with a finger injury. I've seen Shane below, he's not tugged out, he's not playing, and he's a big loss to Castletown. So maybe those changes, Neil Kirby and Shane Clavin not playing, and a stronger Castletown or a Clonkill team might just tip the edge in Clonkill's favour, but we expect a very close game, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. Going over to the Castletown side of it, you know, I suppose in fairness to them, they would have known that Neil Kirby was missing once they qualified for the final, because I think Neil went into lockdown at that stage, so he was always going to be gone. And you know, it gives an opportunity for Brandon Carey to come in here, but would have been certainly on the intermediate team all year. And he's a quality underage hurler. He has come up through the ranks. I know Brandon down the years playing at underage level, so he'll put in the shift for them. He won't let them down, you know. And
they have good subs there. Looking at the bench, both sides have plenty of good players at the bench. Conor Murphy has been shooting the lights out for the intermediate team for Geoghegan. His brother Peter came on and starred in the minor final about 2 hours ago, Ray. So both sides see the good strength in the bench. Anthony Price is a fine hurler for Clonkill. The aforementioned Niall Mitchell, Niall Dowdle, Jack O'Brien is considerably lucky not to start. He's had a fine championship. They've probably gone for experience there with Paddy coming back in, Paddy Dowdle, and again, we're all set for a rip-roaring contest, Ray, to be honest. I mean, conditions are poor, but these are the two best sides in Westmeath hurling. I think no question about the two best sides in Westmeath hurling for the past 3 or 4 seasons. And
yeah, I have to agree with you there, Barry. It is a repeat of last year's final, and I think we spoke, I think it was, to some of the Castletown mentors for the minor game today, and you know, thinking back 12 months ago, and we have to think of Eamon Clark now, again another stalwart. I think this time last year Eamon lost his wife Maura at the time, and that would have had a major impact on the club, you know, as a whole going into that game. So look at it, you know, these lads have probably come into this game with less distractions, less things on their mind. So I'm sure Pat O'Brien is hoping there was 3 points between them last year. He'll be hoping they'll be able to narrow the gap.
Yeah, I think you're dead right, Ray. There, I think it's important for Castletown to start well. I was linesman for the final last year, Ray, and to be honest, they only lost by 3 points in the end. At half time, it was nearly felt the game was nearly over. They did make a good comeback in the second half, but they never got back closer than 3 points, I think. And I think they do need to start well, Ray. I think if Clonkill get a 3 or 4 point lead here, I think the pressure on a largely pretty young Castletown team. So I really think the Clonkill need to start well. They've hardly been headed in any game in the championship so far. They led against Loughlin Gales. They had a good win over Delvin, and they had a comfortable win over Castlepollard in the semi-final. So if they're under pressure and they go 3 or 4 points down early on, it'd be interesting to see how they react, because Clonkill's experience, they haven't been at full throttle yet, Clonkill, in the championship, but they're in the final. They're going for 3 in a row, which is a huge thing, and they're going to, I think, for their 17th title, I think, which would put them 2 clear in the road of honour, I think.
Absolutely. Look, we're going to break. I think we're going to go to some ads, and we'll be back then for our on Naveen and the last run through on what we think is coming into it. So we're going to break for ads now.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like, baby. You don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
Yeah, welcome back here to Cusick Park, where, after having such a lovely summer, Barry, we've been blessed with the weather so far to turn out for the Blue Ribbon Day of the Hurling Championships, and it's an absolutely horrendous day. And there's no point in glossing over the fact that it is going to have an impact on this game today.
Absolutely, Ray, and I suppose, look, you always think a day like this, it really suits the top hurlers come to the fore in days like this. The lads whose skill levels are just that bit sharper in wet conditions, and I suppose the likes of Angus and Brendan Murta, Luke Loughlin and those lads, Paddy Dowdall, they'll really now be expected to, as I said, come to the fore and rise to the occasion. We see there mentioned there, I suppose, I have a particularly vested interest in this, Ray, Cayman Flynn, young man from Wexford who's now living in the Mullingar area, and he's his first senior hurling final today. Very good referee. Young man is only early 30s. He's got Gary Hurley and James McGrath as linesman, and Jim Bob Baker is the fourth official, and we'll look at the umpires shortly. But a big day for Cayman. Wish him all the best.
Yeah, and we'll just take a break now, because we're going to have our on the being sung today by Michaela Hogg.
Shanti Reshin Sherfasta Neoper Quintiron of Wintro Ano Dames a barn of will, lay galler gwil come bosh no sail, lay goni shriek, we love a gnappy leer, shall live conny go naveen.
Yeah, our Naveen sung there beautifully by Michaela Hogan. Again, we have to talk and give a shout out to Michaela because her father Brendan, the banished owner of the winning Castletown Geoghegan minor hurling team in today's first game, and again Cayman Flynn from my own club St Bridget's, he has come into the area, a quality referee, but a big day for him, Barry's first county final, in a day that's it's probably going to be difficult to referee here because of the conditions.
Absolutely, you're not going to get as much clean ball won, but look, I won't say he's a very experienced referee because Cayman's only young at this game, but he's a very capable referee. He's got a good team with him. He has Paul Revel, who is a very experienced umpire, and he has Ken Gunning from Walton St Bridget's Club, Ken, a well-known referee and linesman local scene, and he's got Jason Monaghan, and he has Kevin McKnight. So he's got a good team of umpires with him, and we're all set to go, Ray.
All set for the 2020 Senior Hurling Final, sponsored by Slevin's coaches here, and Cayman has a bunch of players gathered in around him here now as he needs to get this game underway because players all anxious in there, and it's thrown in, and it's that man Angus Clark comes in from the wing half forward position, fires a lovely ball down to the man he's been looking for all throughout the game, Niall O'Brien. Niall comes centre, doesn't see the Clonkill man coming on the blind side, a couple of serious hits going in on Paddy Dowdle here, and certainly is welcome to a county hurling final for Paddy as he's starting this game, and certainly both teams matching up nicely here, and look at Barry, hopefully with the way this has started we'll in for a hectic game.
Absolutely, and to be honest, like, okay, that was a free against on Paddy Dowdle. Paddy was certainly fouled by a combination of 2 or 3 players, but the tackle previous to that on Niall O'Brien was a perfectly legitimate tackle and a good tackle.
Yeah, free here for Clonkill outside their own 45 metre line, and it's the centre half back Dara Egerton that takes it, and Dara goes route one, dropping it right in, looking for Brendan Murphy in there. Ball is very close to the small parallelogram. Kieran Glennon is on the ground, has the ball in his hand, he's coming central, he's under severe pressure. Referee, I think, much to the relief of Kieran Glennon there, said he was being pulled back, and the free out is going to be for the Castletown Geoghegan goalkeeper.
Yeah, and I think it's Kieran's first senior final in goals at least, because as far as maybe he was in goals last year, I'm not entirely sure, but I think Sean Maher was in goals last year. So big day for Kieran then. He's gone for a short puck out, which is unusual.
Yeah,
in these conditions, that's a nightmare for a defender, those kind of puck outs.
Yeah, looking for Liam Varley over on the far side, but Alan Dowd closed him down, but he had David Lynch was there in support from him. The ball fired by David, looking for Angus Clark on this side of the field, and a push in the back, and Angus there, and Niall O'Brien is already out, ready to take this free for Castletown Geoghegan. It's right out in the middle of the field, and certainly the men carrying the towels and whatever are going to be busy today, Barry. We can expect to see that on almost every free from here on.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm not sure. I think it's Shane. Is it Shane? Shane, is it there bringing or Andrew? Not sure who it is actually, to be honest, bringing the towel in for Angus and for Niall. Big free now, Ray, because it's gone off to the left, Ray. I think.
Yeah, they're dropping in, but in fact.
Yes, it's over the bar.
It is over the bar. The opening score of this final for 2020 comes from the man from Castletown Geoghegan, their number 14, Niall O'Brien. Lovely score, and certainly wasn't an easy score. Probably just enough with the wind, even though from the minor game, Barry, looking over at those flags on the far side, the wind seems to have dropped.
But yes, in the last 50 minutes, Ray, it certainly dropped.
Andrew Mitchell with the puck out, good ball, but roll lifted up there well for Castletown Geoghegan by Angus Clark, and Angus, I think, fouled as he came through there.
Angus has been very prominent, Ray, in the first 3 minutes. That's his third possession, Ray.
Absolutely.
In only 3 minutes, which is a remarkable statistic. He's won 3 balls so far, and he's taken this free. Interested to see who's marking him. Kelvin Riley probably going man to man on him, but Angus has started very well.
Angus goes long with it, looking for Nisha McKenna in there, but Clonkill backs, realising that one's going to go out over the end line, and it's a wide there, and it looks like that the centre half back for Clonkill, Dara Egerton, has gone back into the full back line, and he's picking up
Niall O'Brien.
Nisha McKenna. I think Nisha has gone into the full forward line. Niall O'Brien is out on the half forward line. Puck out for Andrew Mitchell. Goes long, dropping it right down on top of the Castletown's 45 metre line. David Lynch jump, doesn't get the connection. The Clonkill men are on the break, and it's that man, Luke Loughlin. Luke with the shot, great shot over the shoulder, a fabulous score there from Luke Loughlin. Luke taking starting from where he finished in the semi-final game for Clonkill. Had a great first half for his side that day, and certainly that'll settle Luke down there. Lovely score there for the Clonkill men. Size level, 1 point apiece, 3.5 minutes gone in the opening half.
And he's a real confidence player, Luke Loughlin. He starts well, he usually goes well, and that's a great start for him, and a slightly worrying start for the Castletown men that he got such a good point early on.
Yeah, the puck out from Kieran Glennon goes long. Angus Clark gets a stick to it. The ball is on the ground here, and no one able to get clean possession. But Owen Quinn thought he had it there, but Pater Scally steps out and he gets it into the man that's starting here in the corner. That's Geordie Smith. Geordie tackled hard there by Aaron Glennon. Not legally, says the referee. Cameron Flynn, it's going to be a free. This free is on the Castletown 45-metre line, and first opportunity here for Brendan Murta. I'm sure he's making his way out very slowly to it, and ball just thrown to him. It's on the 45, and as what happened earlier on with Niall O'Brien, the towel coming out towards Brendan Murta, and certainly this one well within his range.
Yeah, just far into the field there. It looks like Paddy Dowdle is picking up Niall O'Brien, which is interesting. But again, Geordie Smith did very well there. He's not the biggest player in the world. You might have thought today it wouldn't suit him, but that ball fired down. He won it, and once he won it in his hand, he's very tricky. He's got great pace, and Aaron Glennon fouled him, so good start for Clonkill if Brendan slots this over.
Yep, just over 4 3/4 minutes gone as Brendan stands over this. His first opportunity to get on the scoreboard, and he lifts it and he's right to. We're right behind it here, and it's over the bar. Brendan's first score, Clonkill's second point, and they're going back into the lead 2 points to 1. Kieran Glennon is getting ready with the puck out. We haven't time to think about it. He has it belted out down this side of the field. Again, heavy hits going in on Niall O'Brien there from Paddy Dowdle, but the ball picked up there, and good tackle there by Niall O'Brien on Shane Power, and Clonkill men trying to get it away. Alan McGrath closed up there as well. Niall O'Brien tackling like a demon. He's after the ball. Joe Clark in there as well, and Joe dragged to the ground there, and it's a free for Castletown. And certainly these Castletown forwards certainly seem to be fired up for it, and I suppose, Barry, if you can't get fired up for what's probably going to be the last game of the year for these lads, you're never going to get fired up.
No, I have to say, Ray, and I'm going to sound biased here, but really good refereeing by Cameron Flynn there. Shane Power won the ball from the puck out, and Shane has a tendency to try and look for the free. He went for contact, he looked for a free and didn't get it, and rightly so. And then Paddy Dowdle did foul Joe Clark, and a chance here for Niall to equalise matters, and very good refereeing, because he didn't buy the attempt to win the free by Shane Power, and Niall O'Brien has just slotted over.
Niall O'Brien rifles it over the bar for the equaliser for Castletown. It's just 6 minutes on the clock, and certainly good score in these early stages. 2 points apiece now as Andrew Mitchell in the goals for Clonkill. Again, conditions not very pleasant for a goalkeeper either. And lovely puck out here, but very close to the side. Is a kept in play. It is by Pater Scally, but only manages to keep it in for Plunkett Maxwell. And Plunkett goes forward, ball on the stick. Pater Scally on his back has to hit it off the stick, and he does that very well, but I think that one just not on target. Yeah, and you think Plunkett himself knew there as he hit it off the stick that was just going to go to the right of the post and wide there, and a let off there for Clonkill and for Andrew Mitchell trying to pick out Pater Scally with that short measured puck out. But certainly this time I'd expect Andrew to go long, because make a dogfight over it, make his half forward line win it, and that's exactly what he does. Rifles it down the middle of the field, looking for Brendan Murta about 50 metres out from the Castletown goal. Ball is broken down and is picked up well by the man that's been introduced, Brandon Carey. Brandon off the stick, goes over looking for Kieran O'Brien over on the far side of the field. Kieran is being picked up over there by Mickey McGrath. Mickey did very well to get that ball in front of him, but the ball up at the other end of the field where Brendan Murta has in his hand, looking around him, fires in a lovely ball, looking for the run there from Kieran Nolan, but David Lynch, as he has done for Castletown all year, back in there, sitting in the pocket in front of his back line, intercepts it there, but the Clonkill men have turned him over, and Shane Power has it again, tackled as he goes over towards the far side of the field, under pressure, gets a good hard shoulder, gives the ball back out, and the shot is coming in, the shot is dropping in.
That's a great shot.
It's a great score.
That's a brilliant score.
That's a great score. I think Geordie Smith, the man that fired that over the bar, lovely score there from the one of the smallest players on the field, but that was a lovely score, Barry.
Super score by Geordie Smith. He started really, really well. Looks like the Clonkill selectors got that decision completely right. Super score. He's made one free and scored a point from play.
Ball is pucked out here and goes off and off Pater Scally and out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball right here in front of the tunnel. Line ball for the Castletown men, and Niall O'Brien has the ball in his hand. It's just on the 65-metre line again, looking for a piece of decent ground to puck this in. He's having a look. Will he go short? He's going to be told to keep it away from the spare man. Niall cuts it well in, going in towards the full forward line, but well fielded in there.
Dowdle.
I think it's Oisin Dowdle. Oisin gives it out to Paddy Dowdle, who seemed to be hit a little bit late there as he cleared the ball there and goes to ground there, and the free from where the ball will land, and referee is Cayman Flynn. He's just gone back in to have a word with one of the Castletown men. It was Kieran O'Brien, I think, that came in trying to get the hook on him. He'll try and maintain his innocence, but the referee is having a quick word with him and just taking a note of his number there. That's the number 15 for Castletown Geoghegan, but the free is for Clonkill, man, and this free is going to be just outside Castletown's 45-metre line, and Brendan Murton making his way slowly out to take it here. Scored one from almost the same area, so I expect the same result from this one, but with the day that's in it, Barry, you just can't allow for anything. There's nothing definite in a strike.
No. Again, just a bit of over exuberance there by Kieran O'Brien. There was nothing malicious in that late tackle on Paddy Dowell, but he was late. He caught him late, and the punishment is not so much being ticked. The punishment is the free here, which Brendan should double Clonkill's lead here with the score.
Yeah, Brendan Murton's taking his time there, has his own way of lifting it there, and he does exactly that, and he comes and he fires it in, and that one is inside the post there. Lovely score from Brendan, 2nd point for him, 4 for Clonkill, 4 points for Clonkill, 2 for Castletown Geoghegan. Kieran Glennon, without delay, has the ball on his way down this side of the field again. Goes off the hand there of the number 26 Oisín Dowdle there, and off Oisín's hand and out over the sideline, and this line ball is on the 45, and certainly Niall O'Brien will certainly fancy having a go at this one. And you know, as we look down there, Barry, we can see how black the pitch has gone down the side.
Yeah, it's amazing on this side. It's pitch is in great condition, but the side down here is a lot of wear and tear. Niall O'Brien, that's great cut.
Going across the far side, broken down. Kieran O'Brien is in a run for. He's also with Nisha McKenna, but I think Kieran O'Brien pulling back one of the Clonkill backs there as they were trying to get out on that ball, and Cayman Flynn this time. Persistent foul, and I suppose Barry is the reason for that, a yellow card for Kieran O'Brien.
Well, he was just ticked there, Ray, that last tackle, and again, just there, held his man back, and Cayman is looking to, I suppose, assert his authority. Kieran O'Brien, no real complaints, and he's a young player, Kieran O'Brien. He's light, he's very skillful, but he hasn't started the match. I suppose a yellow card now is the last thing he needs, and he's been marked by Oisín Dowdle, so Kieran would like to get a good ball now and get him the game in a positive way.
Yeah, Andrew Mitchell is out to take the free for Clonkill, and it's a massive one, dropping right, looking for Brendan Castleman, trying to break it down. Brandon Carey is back in there, fight for it, kicks it out, but kicks it only as far as the Clonkill man, and it goes back in there, and it's gathered well by Conor Keane, and Conor off the left hand, over the shoulder. Again, their foot race here, Kieran O'Brien trying to get on it, but he's beaten by Mickey McGrath. Mickey gives it inside to Brendan Murton. Brendan, foul. Throw balls, it deems the referee here, and the possession turned over here, and it's going to be a free now for Niall O'Brien, but this free is a long way out. He's back inside his own 65-metre line. Looking at it though, Barry, it looks like whatever breeze is in it here, it will be behind Niall as he's taking this free.
Yeah, and again, probably going to sound very repetitive, Ray, but I thought that Kim made a good call there. I thought the hand pass was careless. He'd lots of time for it, and Niall O'Brien is punished with a magnificent score.
Yeah, fabulous score there from Niall O'Brien. Certainly has got the range off the frees. Anyway, that's 3 points now for Castletown, all coming from frees from Niall O'Brien. They're just keeping his side in it. 4 for Clonkill, 3 for Castletown. 11 3/4 minutes gone in the opening half. Andrew Mitchell is back there in the goals here, just having a look, seeing what his options are, and then he just fires it down. Ball is dropping here on the 45-metre line, but lovely stick work from Niall O'Brien. Quality play as he's coming forward with it. Loses the ball though in contact, and is picked up then by Kieran Nolan. Kieran jumps around a couple of tackles, tries to get the pass away, and the referee deems too many steps taken there by the number 12 there, and the free now for Castletown and for Niall O'Brien here. This is just inside the halfway line, and certainly not as far out as the last one, so an opportunity there. Good tackling there by the Castletown men.
Yeah, I'd say, Ray, if I know not everyone's a big fan of fist pumps when frees are won, and there's nothing to be gained by it, but it does show a very, very fired up Castletown team. Even someone that's normally calm and cool as Joe Clark, when he won that free out from Paddy Dowdle, was very animated, and Niall O'Brien likewise there, won a hard ball, lost it, forced the overcarry, and Niall was very animated. But more importantly, being animated, Ray, he's just scored his 4th point, and he hasn't had one easy free yet, really. And he has found the range, Ray. This is a cracking game, Ray, considering the conditions, and it's only 12 minutes gone. We've 8 points on the board.
Absolutely. Andrew Mitchell is ready with the puck out again, and he's gone long with him. Went short with one, but a great catch out there in the middle of the field by Patter Scally, and Patter gives it off here to Luke Loughlin. Luke with 1 point to his name. fronted up there by Johnny Birmingham. He fires a lovely ball across the far side of the field where Geordie Smith is on it again. Couple of Castletown men for company, but Geordie steps inside. There's a man running off the shoulder. Can he use him? That man was Kelvin Riley, but a super tracking back there by Angus Clark. Angus,
there is a sore hit.
That's certainly a late hit there on Angus Clark, but probably will be a yellow card. We've seen the late hit on Paddy Dowdle down here at the other end of the field. Angus is back on his field, bounced up there, but great work there by the Castletown number 10. Certainly one of the best hurlers I think we've seen and have seen in the Westmeath for the last couple of years.
Yeah, in fairness, Pat O'Scally, look, Angus was there, and he'd be supposed if he didn't hit him, he'd be questioned by Pat O'Toole and the boys as to why he didn't hit him, and it was late, but it was only a yellow card, and I think Cameron's got that call right.
Kieran Landon's out here on his own 45-metre line, ready to take this free. Kieran goes high, is dropping it right in, looking for Nisha McKenna to get under there. Ball attempted to be battered away there by the Clonkill man. Comes out, Alan Magoo has it again. Blocked down well there inside, has it again and gets the clearance away, but this time under pressure. It's up into the stand here. It's going to be a line ball there. Alan McGrath came onto that breaking ball. He was closed down straight away. Certainly huge effort coming in from both sides here.
Absolutely, and I suppose we're in fairness, a tribute to the players is that we're very close to the first water break, and the first quarter has flown by here. Really good contest, two very well matched teams, and we could be here for a long afternoon, Ray. Who knows, we could have extra time.
Yeah, Niall O'Brien having a look around, seeing what are his options going to take this line ball. It's between the 20 and 45 metre line. Referee just making sure that all players are back to required distance here now, and Niall cuts it in and it's gone across the front of the goals, but it's still in play. Well grabbed over there by Angus Clark. Angus comes around, makes a little bit of space for himself and fires it over the bar. Great score there from Angus Clark.
And with the two key men of the Castletown team combining to great effect there, a super sideline cut by Neil Kirby, or by Niall O'Brien, sorry, and I think targeted towards Angus. Angus was dripped over the far side there and took the point really well under pressure, and Castletown leading by 5 points to 4, and it's been a really, really good contest, Ray, I have to say that.
Yeah, great score there. Okay, we're just going to have a little break here while both teams are at the water break. We'll join us back again in another minute. Ready with the puck out again now, down on our right hand side here. Castletown mentors, having a word with their team again. They'll be hoping, they've been on top for the last couple of minutes, they'll hope that they won't lose the momentum from that. But Andrew Mitchell now ready with the puck out, back in on the goal on our right hand side. 5 points for Castletown Geoghegan, 4 from Freeze by Niall O'Brien, 1 from Angus Clark, and Clonkill's 4 points, 2 from Brendan Murton, 1 from Geordie Smith and 1 from Luke Loughlin. The puck out, dropping on the Castletown 45 metre line. They have the ball, or they certainly had it for a minute. Good work there as the ball is fed back to David Lynch. David always available there, does great work in front of his defence. Fired ball down this side of the field. Clonkill man gets a hand on it but loses it because Brandon Carey has it. Brandon looks up and gives a beautiful hand pass inside to Niall O'Brien. Niall taking on his man, dragged to the ground there in a free, and again, as you said, these Castletown men are certainly fired up for this game, Barry. Niall O'Brien dragged down there but gets up, clenched fist, encouraging his teammates on there. Certainly Brandon Carey did very well on that ball, gave a lovely hand pass inside. Niall drew the foul. Danger every time Niall O'Brien gets the ball anywhere in around that
He really
goal.
looks very focused, Niall O'Brien. I mean, he's a super hurler, and it really, his dad is in charge of the team, and really he looks like he's got a point to prove maybe at last year's final. And again, a good start for Brandon Carey. He's got on a couple of balls and now with a 2 point lead.
Yep, because Niall O'Brien has fired that one over the bar. Lovely score there for the full forward there, the man wearing number 14, but he's lined out more or less on the 40 in the centre half forward position. But 6 points for Castletown, 4 for Clonkill. 17 and 3/4 minutes gone in the opening half of this Slevins coaches sponsored senior hurling final here for 2020. Puck out, broken off the Castletown man stick. That was Owen Quinn. Ball fired across into the centre. Paddy Dowdle is running for it. Paddy Dowdle has it in his hand. comes forward, but dispossessed very well there by Niall O'Brien, and the ball picked up and shot comes in. That's a brilliant score there. That was Angus Clark, but Niall O'Brien and Angus really combined well. That time Paddy Dowd thought he was fouled, lost the possession. Angus just picked it up 65, 70 yards out, just rifled it over the bar. Great score for
super
Angus Clark.
score, and again I think a good decision. I don't think Paddy was fouled that time. I think that it was a good decision by Cayman, and Niall O'Brien worked hard there, and a super score by Angus.
Puck out again, drops in here, it goes through there, missed by a Castletown man, and Luke Loughlin has it. Luke fires in, it's a dangerous ball on the crossbar height. Kieran Glennon did very well to bat that one out. It was a dangerous ball, but on the breaking ball was that man, Brendan Murta. Brendan, all his experience there, whipped around there, got the ball in his hand and fired it over the bar.
Yeah, good score. And again, I suppose Castletown might count themselves fortunate there. It was an awkward ball for Kieran Glennon. He miscontrolled it slightly. It was a hard ball, and probably glad when a point, Brendan got a point off it. It could have been a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. 7 points for Castletown, 5 for Clonkill, as Kieran Glennon has a look and he fires it over the far side of the field. Ball hanging in the wind, broken down there. Clonkill man on to it. Paddy Dowdle again comes into the contact there. In fact, it's Alan Dowdle this time, the man wearing number 10, just coming back in and getting on that breaking ball from the puck out there, and the foul is committed, and Brendan Murta, I think, is going to come back out. It's right out in the middle of the field. Brendan jogging out very slowly. Is he going to take it?
I've no doubt
about
that he
changing his mind there, but it looks like he is going to come forward and take it.
Alan Dowdle again gone to that loose ball, and he'll cause problems for Liam Varley, because Alan Dowdle, he's blessed with great pace, and won that ball, got onto it very quickly and went after the Castletown defence and drew a free. And again, chance for Brendan now to narrow the margin. I think Clonkill will be quite happy only a point down, Ray, with 20 minutes gone, because I think Castletown have probably started better and probably more lads playing better, I'd imagine.
Ball comes in high there from Brendan Murta, but that time, unfortunately for Brendan, just drifted across, pulled it kind of left of the post there, and Kieran Glennon relieved to get away with it and goes short with the puck out. Looks for David Lynch, and David fires the ball down the centre. It goes, looking for Niall O'Brien. Niall goes to the clouds and gathers the ball. 3 green jerseys around him, does very well to hold on to possession, but the Clonkill men haven't closed down there. He was on his own for a couple of minutes, but Liam Varley stepped in to help him there. Niall is not too happy there, thought he was being fouled, but the ball is cleared down the far side of the field there, and it's one in there for Castletown by David Lynch. There gives it on to Owen Quinn, through the hands it goes, and another heavy hit there on Niall O'Brien as he turned around, and certainly the referee there, right on target there. The free is awarded there.
It's Patter Scally again there, Ray, and he'd want to be careful, Patter, now, because he's in the book for a yellow card. I think it's Patter coming across here, number 9.
Yeah, absolutely.
Made a fairly heavy challenge there, and I'm not saying it's a yellow card, but I'd certainly say he'd want to be very careful now, because
yeah, he's got the card already for one, and no more than what Kieran O'Brien did in the Castletown corner forward line. 2 fouls with the yellow card, so I'd say certainly one more and he could be in trouble, but we don't wish that on anyone.
No.
And the free is taken by Niall O'Brien. He's dropping it. It's a dangerous ball. Nisha McKenna goes high, gets it to ground. Nobody able to get clean possession. It's right in on the 13 metre line. There's a tussle in there. The referee is looking at matters. What's he going to do? I think he's blown the whistle. He's going to take it to the 20 metre line and going to throw it in between 2 players here. Certainly, ball coming in like that into a rucker player certainly suits the defenders there to get it to ground, and no one can get clean possession. And it's on the ground again. Nisha McKenna tried to get down over it. Looked like he was pushed on the back, and again I think Cayman will be throwing it in again. No, I think this time it's picked up there for the Castletown men, and the ball fired back out as far as Plunkett Maxwell, quick as a flash. The number 9 fires it over the bar. Lovely score there. That was Nisha McKenna, I think, the man that got the dirty ball in there, fired it back out to Plunkett, and Plunkett quick as a flash over the bar. Lovely score for the Castletown men.
Interesting switch there. Well, not today, Ray, but at the start of the year, Nisha McKenna, better known as a defender all his underage career and so on, but Pat O'Brien has put him in the forward line trying to win dirty ball, as you said there, and he won that dirty ball, and Plunkett Maxwell showed very good movement there, came across nicely and flicked it over the bar.
Yeah, the ball is pucked out. Not a great puck out by Andrew Bishop, but he did find Kelvin Riley in space. But Kelvin immediately throws down there 2 or 3 Castletown Geoghegan men getting around him. The ball is on the ground. Angus Clark is trying to get it into a little bit of space, move forward, but David Lynch is on, and David comes around a couple of Clonkill men, switches the play, looking for Nisha McKenna again. Nisha is out in front of Dar Egerton, does very well, but he's gone to ground, needs to get up, but Dar Egerton gets it up eventually on the second attempt, comes away with the ball. He's coming across his own 45 as he looks up and fires a lovely ball down into the corner, looking for Geordie Smith. Aaron Glennon very close on there. The referee says Aaron fouled in there, and it's a free for Geordie Smith. And certainly Geordie has been lively in the opening 20 minutes of this game, Barry, and another free there coming off the number 18 in that corner.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Castle don't make a change there, or at least maybe switch the corner backs, because Geordie Smith has scored 1 point. He's got 1 point. Well, 1 point came off a free early on, and almost certainly to be a second point. So any corner forward responsible for 3 points in the opening 23 minutes is doing a great day's work. And I'd say Pat O'Brien is looking closer there to see what can he do. Will he switch on Aaron Glennon and Conor Kane?
Yeah, well, we'll watch and see how that develops as the game goes on. But Brendan Murt is out now, standing over this ball, just inside his own the Castletown 45-metre line, as he bends down and comes forward, and he strikes it, and he strikes it high, and he strikes it through when it's over the bar. Narrows the gap now down to 2. 8 points for Castletown, 6 for Clonkill. 24 minutes gone in the opening half. Kieran Glennon again goes short to David Lynch. David gives it on to Conor Kane. Conor, attempted clearance, blocked down. Only Price on the ball for probably the first time today. Gives a little hand pass off to Luke Loughlin. Luke takes on a couple of players, gets the shot in. It's a dangerous ball. It's dropping in the square. Batted away there by Kieran Glennon in the goal. It's not the most assured of all, but it gets it out, and luckily for Kieran, Liam Varley was there to get, and Liam turns and drives the ball long down the field. But it's the Clonkill men that are on that break. It's Shane Power, not the best pass in the world by Shane, and Kieran O'Brien is coming in. Kieran has the ball, does very well, skips away from a couple of Clonkill men, fires the ball in, looking for Joe Clark. Joe looking to get a run on a Clonkill man there as that ball comes in. Brandon Carey's fighting for Clonkill man on the ground. Who can get it into their hands? Nobody. Joe Clark is still tussling for it. It's a Clonkill man that has it. That's Alan McGrath coming out with it. Gets it off to Oney again. Oney being closed down by Plunkett Maxwell. Forced to go back to his own goals. Gives it back to the full back, Alan McGrath, and swings around and puts that ball up into the stand there. It's going to be a line ball. Good pressure by the Castletown Geoghegan forwards. Not making life easy for those backs in there. Line ball here for Castletown. Just halfway between the 45 and 65 metre line. And it's that man, Niall O'Brien, is out to take it.
Yeah, Castle and Ray seem to be employing a kind of a sweeper. David Lynch is kind of playing a very deep role, and he's after getting a couple of puck outs there, but I think that puck out strategy going short on a day like this is not going to work out. I'm surprised we see any more of those. Another great ball in towards Angus, but well caught by Kelvin Riley. Super catch.
Yeah, gives it off on the hand pass to Oney Price, and Oney gives it back here to Alan McGrath, who fires the ball down the field here, but Johnny Birmingham is the centre half back there, didn't control it, and Patter Scally is onto it straight away, gives it out now to Luke Loughlin. Luke puts it over into a little bit of space, spins around, has a look, sees what options are around him. Lovely little ball across into the centre, but again not a great touch there by Patter Scally there, but a heavy hit there on Niall O'Brien.
Patter is really on thin ice now at this stage.
Call.
Yeah. Patter's made 3 fouls in yellow and 2 more, and he could be in bother here now. The Castletown players are trying to get him. I think Cayman's going to be sensible here and maybe give Patter maybe one last chance and say to him, look, that's the 3rd foul, you're on a yellow, the first one. One more, I'd say Patter will be on the sideline.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we'll see it. And to be honest with you, I think there was more of a coming together.
I don't think there was nothing malicious in that whatsoever. If you given no free at all, it could have been a equally fair a call. But a big decision now, though, Ray, for the Clonkill sideline. There's a big discussion going on down below here between Frank Ohey and Larry Donoghue and Martin Scally and Pat O'Toole, the brains trust of the team. I said, they're thinking now, can we leave Patter on, knowing full well, on a day like this, one more mistimed tackle, one more challenge, he'll definitely be gone. There's no question about it. And I'd say they're thinking he's a key player, he's a midfielder, does a lot of dirty work like Nisha McKenna for Castletown, but I think good refereeing by Cayman, because Patter's got to be very unlucky to get sidelined for that particular challenge. It's just an accumulation of challenges is Patter's problem at the moment now.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't think we wouldn't like to see a player going off or something like that, but the free is...
It's surprising that Niall O'Brien's not taking the free.
No, and I'm just going to say that it doesn't make it any less painful on Niall. Got that frontal into the chest there, but this time the changing free taker as Angus Clark comes out to take this one, and makes no difference who takes the frees for Castletown Geoghegan, because they're all on target today, because Angus that time a very, very top quality free taker, has been taking them right up through the underage ranks and even into senior for the county as well. Great man to have on a free, great, cool, calm and collected player. Just fired that over the bar. 9 points to Castletown, 6 for, and there's Castletown Geoghegan man on the ground there, and it's Brendan Murtagh's involved in it here, and he looks like he's pleading his innocence here, but we'll see that the linesman see anything here. I think it's Dean McDermott's the man to go on the ground.
Gary Hurley is the linesman. Gary, I think, has Well, he spotted something because he's called Cayman over, and now I'm not sure if by Gary's body language that there was a whole lot in that. It doesn't seem to be, but Cayman's gone over to see who the player is and whether he's okay or not. I have my doubts any further action be taken just based on body language here, Ray.
Yeah, looking at it, he seems to be sending all the rest of the players away from it. Don't think he's going to take any more action, but the ball will be given back into Andrew Mitchell. It's Dean McDermott who's the player that's down on the ground, but he's back on his feet again, and certainly Barry, 28 and a half minutes gone, and certainly this has been a right good game so far.
Absolutely, yeah. The last few minutes a bit disjointed with a couple of heavy collisions and so on, but fine game so far. Castletown the better team, must be said, but Clonkill, you can never write them off. They're only 3 points down and they're right thereabout. Johnny Birmingham knocks over the sideline line ball to Clonkill just inside the Castletown half.
Yeah, the puck out there. Johnny trying to keep it under control but couldn't get it, and one-handed put it out over the side, and it's going to be a line ball on Castletown's 65 metre line. Brendan Murta is out a long way from his own full forward position, but again Castletown won't mind seeing him out there taking line ball, certainly, because David Lynch is sitting back in the centre in the pocket, but the line ball is a good one, but he manages to find that spare man. David Lynch, great reading there by the midfielder, and he turns and fires it out into the centre. Well grabbed by Shane Power there, but the tackle came in there from, I think it was Owen Quinn or Brandon Carey from behind, but again I think there was an intent to get the ball there. The player held on to the ball. You know, are we being a little bit too fussy on it? Could it have been allowed to go on? But I know Cayman Flynn is closer to it. He's keeping the thing well under control.
Yeah, and I think again Clonkill would prefer the free rather than advantage. Scoring or shooting wouldn't be Shane Power's most strongest weapon in his
Yeah, Brendan Murta is standing over this free. It's just a couple of metres inside Geoghegan's 65 metre line, as Brendan standing over this one. He's got 3 frees already, and he fires this one in, and he fires and it's over the crossbar. A lovely score there for Brendan Murta, and that's really the only way to punish any indiscretion, put them over the bar. 5 points now for Brendan, 4 for frees as we got into just
3 minutes, Ray.
30 minutes have elapsed, 3 minutes of additional time, and the ball is poked out. And
Brilliant play by Niall O'Brien.
Great skill at speed there, spun away from the tackle, gives it back to Johnny Birmingham. Johnny fires it in towards the full forward line. Angus Clark is on it, great chance. And Angus finishes to the back of the net. A brilliant goal there by the Castletown number 10 there, Angus Clark, at a great time. There's no time, a bad time to get a goal, but certainly puts his side a little bit of daylight between them there. The ball came in, as we said about Nisha McKenna. Nisha's putting himself about. He's a big man in there, broke that ball down, and no better man to read a break than Angus Clark. And I think Barry, myself, I'd have put my money on, put the house money on the Angus finishing that.
Yeah, he finished it very well, Ray, because Andrew came out, but he just stuck it low into the ground, and there was no chance for Andrew Mitchell. And I suppose from the point of view of Castletown, the right man got the ball when it broke loose inside. It was a dangerous ball in. Johnny Birmingham did well out here, and once Angus got it 15 yards out, you could put the 3 points on the board. And 5 point lead, Ray, on a wet day and an inclement day it's a decent lead now, and they'd like that lead at half time. Next 2 minutes I think are crucial, Ray, in this game.
Yeah, the puck out goes from Andrew Mitchell, looking for Brendan Murta out here and close to the side, and the ball goes inside, pulled on the ground there and picked up now by Luke Loughlin. Luke has 2 Castle men and the third one trying to close him down. Gets a dangerous ball inside. Jordy Smith didn't get the connection that he needed inside, and great covering back there by Brandon Carey. Back inside his own 13 metre line, fires it down the far side of the field. Luke Loughlin is on the ball. Luke trying to get away from Joe Clark. Forced back onto his back foot. Shot comes in. Kieran Glennon came out there. Didn't inspire a whole lot of confidence there the way he dealt with that one. But luckily for Castletown, luckily for Kieran, that one was going across the front of the goals and wide. 2 minutes gone of the additional 3 minutes called. And certainly as we enter into the last minute, another point or two here could be very crucial here as the ball is dropping here on top of Brendan Murta and Dean McDermott. Picked up here by Shane Power. Looked like his jersey was being pulled. The referee doesn't see it that way. Gives it on. Joe Clark picks it up. Joe goes into the tackle. Gives a nice hand pass on to Owen Quinn. Owen goes to ground. Doesn't get the possession. Brendan Murta is out there fighting for, trying to roll lifted. Castletown getting bodies in around it. Dirty ball is picked up by that man Liam Varley. Liam gives it off to Niall O'Brien. Niall being closed down straight away by Oni Price. Does very well. And Joe Clark makes himself available for the pass, but Dar Egerton did well there for his team. Dispossess him and fired up long by Luke Loughlin, and it's a dangerous ball in there, but David Lynch has been there sweeping up in front of his side there and did very well there, and the foul is committed by Geordie Smith. And certainly Castletown's ploy of using David Lynch, they've been doing it all year, Barry, sitting in there in front of between the half back line and full back line, mopping up and mounting the ball in there.
Yeah, it's working really well for them, and I think that's an issue that Clonkill must deal with. I think they're going to have to push them up on David Lynch, and just because the moment he's cutting off the supply there to Geordie Smith. Geordie Smith looked very dangerous to get the ball in, but Brendan Murtaugh's come out the field, looks like he's come out, bringing out Dee McDermott out the field, and probably in relation to the tactic they have of putting David Lynch in there, he's blocking out Brendan Murtaugh as well, and a great first half for Castletown.
Ball is dropping in on the 13-metre line. Nisha McKenna is on it, broken down. First chance for Kieran O'Brien to get it on. It's closed down straight away by the Clonkill backs, and I think that's going to be the last action of the half, Barry. It is. The referee, Cayman Flynn, blows the whistle there. Half time here in TEG Cusack Park in this 2020 Senior Hurling Final, sponsored by Slevins Coaches. It's a half-time scoreline. If you're 1 goal and 9 points for Castletown Geoghegan, that's 12 points. Clonkill, the county champions, remember, 7 points. And certainly Barry, Pat O'Brien and his mentors down on our left-hand side will be happier with that first half.
Yeah, again, a bit like the minor match we had earlier on, Ray. I think there's more Castletown players playing better than more Clonkill players. Dean McDermott's playing well at full-back. Johnny Birmingham, David Lynch, as you mentioned, Plunket Max has got a score. Angus has been sublime as always. Nish McKenna doing a lot of work. Brandon Carey has settled well in his first final. Niall O'Brien has been immense, not just his free, he's been really excellent. Whereas you couldn't go to the Clonkill team and say quite the same. Darragh has been very good. Shane Powers won a lot of dirty ball, and Luke Loughlin and Brendan Murtaugh have had their moments, but a lot of the Clonkill players not quite in the game, Ray. And as I said, a 5-point lead is a decent lead, but Castletown will be, and Castle look very fired up, Ray. We've said that already, that every free they win, they really are, and it means nothing, I know, but it does show a huge level of determination and commitment, and they're not going to be easily beaten here. Clonkill have all to do now to get the 3 in a row.
Yeah, absolutely, Barry. But look, we're going to take an ad break here, and we're going to go down to the lads for some half-time analysis, and back to us then for the second half.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusack Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like, baby. You don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
Yeah, we're back live here with you in TEG Cusack Park here, down here in the bowls, because we can't go onto the field. It's an absolute deluge out there. But Castletown leading at half-time, 1-9 to 7 points. And I suppose, Johnny Greville, they're well worth that lead if the truth be known.
Yeah, it was shaky enough start in the first maybe 10 minutes of the first quarter. They got a harder settle in. Clonkill were getting on top in many areas and were winning the breaking ball and dirty ball. Clonkill seemed to persist with with the long puck out, and they don't just seem to have it in their locker to go short. And I think Castletown got to grips with that and dominate from there on in. Now, two stars of the show, Niall O'Brien and Angus Clark. Niall O'Brien set up that goal. He came out with one brilliant ball. Difficult conditions. People have to remember the underfoot, rain coming down, wet ball, greasy ball. He's touching control into a hand, took a tackle, popped the pass off, ball inside. Angus broke off inside, back in the net, as clinical as you can get. So I suppose we give Clonkill the commentator's course beforehand. But look at it. It's a lovely brand of hurling. Castletown are playing. They're really doing well at the back, which would have been maybe one of their weakest points in previous matches, and working extremely hard. Clonkill's key players are not in the game at all, and Castletown are just dominating the most important sectors of the field at the moment.
Yeah, and I suppose, John, that goal just before half-time from Angus Clark has been the defining score of that first half, and he took it rather well. I suppose the minute he got it, we could all see the net bulging, if the truth be known.
Without doubt, he was never going to miss that chance, and I think I suppose Angus in particular has been, we spoke about before the game, again, he's been the outstanding player out there on show. He scored a goal and 2 points in play and another free as well. I think Johnny said Niall O'Brien has been, while he hasn't, I suppose, got on the score sheet from play.
He's getting on the ball.
Yeah, and the free taking has been incredible. And same, in fairness to Brendan Murta as well, for the conditions out there, like the quality of the free taking has just been incredible. Like Niall O'Brien scored 2 frees maybe from 80 yards. That, the conditions out there today.
Yeah, and we're going to have a look at those highlights, John, just while we're at it as well. Not too many highlights, I suppose, but at the same time, the scores that were taken were extremely well taken. This is Luke Loughlin's early point in it. A superb score from a very narrow angle in very testing conditions, lads.
It set the tone, I thought Clonkill, this is the section that Clonkill dominated in the first 10 minutes, and it was a great score, but that's the only ball really he's hit since. He's been put under pressure, he's been tracked all over the field and put under Only Price, for example, we talked to him beforehand how key he was going to be. Only hadn't felt the weight of the ball, and maybe until the last
till he came back almost into the Castletown half back line, or the half forward line, and this is a beautiful score. Niall O'Brien, beautiful score, just popped it up and over the bar. Angus, actually, I think it was, and in the condition, people really don't realise, John, the conditions that we're doing here. It's incredible.
Yeah, very soft underfoot, and that wind, and it's cold as well. So I mean, for the quality of striking there has been really good. I think for Clonkill will be disappointed with the return of the forwards. I suppose Luke has probably and Jordy Smith have looked the most dangerous.
This was the goal chance here that Brendan Murta almost had batted down by Kieran Glennon, and rather fortunate, I suppose.
And Kieran, he probably has looked a little bit more suspect, I suppose. A few of the high balls, he batted one out there, and another one he batted that he didn't maybe have to bat as well. It was going wide, So
that's a beautiful score from Plunkett Maxwell there again. Most of the scrums, shall we say, Johnny, or the tight encounters, it's Castletown men that are coming out with the ball, totally against what we maybe thought before the start of the game.
Yeah, I know they're really strong in the ruck, and they have the players on the periphery of the ruck.
And here, of course, is the defining moment of the game, this goal. I mean,
just talking about rucks, the ball was dropped into a ruck, it was popped out to Angus running off the outside of it and back in the net, and that's what they did all over the field.
Yeah, and it couldn't have popped to a better man, I suppose, at the time, John. I mean, if anyone's going to finish a ball for you, wanted to come to the likes of Angus Clark or Niall O'Brien.
Angus has just been phenomenal. Like, I mean, he was actually got a crucial interception at the back from Brendan Murta literally 10 minutes before that as well.
Right,
so I mean, he just is following the ball. It's like an underage game. He's your strongest player. Angus is just following, going where the ball is. He's just an incredible player. And I think that goal summed it up. He was never going to miss that goal.
Few hefty tackles out there in that first half as well.
Serious challenges there. Maybe Patrick Scally could be lucky.
Maybe a little bit fortunate.
Not to have got his
Brendan maybe as well, Johnny.
Clonkill, free count 11 frees to Castletown 6 is what I have it down. And
I've at 11-7 actually, but we're close enough.
The discipline is dropping, and as John said, that Niall is frees from, you're talking 80, 90 yards out.
From the Dunstores car park nearly.
Is going in, but I find the most intriguing part of the game so far is the puck-out strategies. Castletown's, they went short and got turned over there for the one ball that went short.
And never did it again.
They never did it again, but they're dominating, as we talked about beforehand, their puck-outs in the semi-final. They were winning those balls, they were and are dominating their puck-outs as well. Whereas Clonkill seem to be only the one-trick pony with their puck-outs, and they're not dominating. Castletown are
going long the huddle.
They're going long all the time. They don't have that. They've only 4 defenders inside their 65 with their 2 wing-backs pushing right up. They're bringing the game into a battle zone, but at the moment Castletown are winning that battle.
Yeah, and John, it's striking to note as well, only 4 wides in the first half, in 30 minutes, in absolute deluge. I mean, people really don't realise how wet and cold it is today, and only 4 wides, 2 apiece.
That's right, yeah, incredible is right, yeah. And there probably hasn't been that much shots at the goal either, in fairness. Like the defending, it is a day for defenders, but we remarked on the quality free taken, and it is a very high quality game, I would think, for the conditions that we have. Extremely physical, and I think Castletown are certainly bringing that physical edge to their game that they need to bring, I suppose, in order to turn over Clonkill. They certainly are bringing that extra edge. I thought Johnny Birmingham there and Owen Quinn and David Lynch in particular has done a really good job.
He seems to be drifting back in around the half-back line, John, as opposed to going for the puckets at the centre of the field. He seems to be the man just in front of that defence, and they're leaving a spare man out the field.
That's right, yeah. Well, they probably don't want to get caught for a sucker goal. They got caught last year when Geordie Smith got in for a goal in the first half. They're probably saying they're not going to get caught a second time, but I think there's a lot of turns and twists in this game yet. I said we spoke about Clonkill's the quality of players that they have on the bench as well.
Yeah, so they're going to have to use them.
They will make an impact, certainly.
Johnny, just before we head back to Ray on commentary, are you going to change your mind yet?
After that first half, I'm gone 50-50. But as we said beforehand, we're coming up to Clonkill's best period in all the games they've played so far. They really seem to, after half time, to maybe push on and really, they have their
so still Clonkill for you.
I just still is that thing.
Johnny, you change your mind.
It is Castletown's to lose now. A 5-point lead at that level is good, but I think Castletown have enough to bet.
So there we are. That's from the news from the boys. We're going to hand you back to our commentary team up in the stand here. Ray Gavin and Barry Kelly. And from us here, we'll be back with you at the end of the game, but it's a totally intriguing game. Back to the boys in commentary.
Back here now on the field for the second half, and referee, there's about 6 or 8 players in the round, a couple of players being tossed here. Alan Dowdle, Liam Varry trying to get each other out of the way. The ball is thrown in, and Brendan Murtagh's the first man to get on it. Fires the ball back to Oisín Dowd. Oisín gets the ball in, a dangerous ball, but it's well read here by the Castletown men. I think it's
Aaron Lennon very well there.
It's Brandon Carey, and Brandon, it looks like he's got a late hit there as he was clearing that ball over the sideline. He's down on the right hand side, but the ball has gone out over the sideline. I don't think anyone's seen that because they were watching the flight of the play, but certainly Brandon Carey there, he's wearing the number 12, but he was back in the half back line. Won that ball for his side there, and then goes to ground, and it's going to be a line ball out here, and Luke Loughlin is standing over this line ball. Referee just checking to see what's wrong with what the story is with the Castletown man, Barry. I don't know what he used. I think there was maybe a slap on his leg as he was clearing the ball. Don't think a whole lot in.
Yeah, it's actually Aaron Lennon. That's a free out and a good decision again.
Frontal hit there on the full back there, Dean McDermott there as he was going down on the ball. Dean just shaking himself, putting on the helmet there now, and it's going to be a free, and this free is...
Take more than that to knock Dean McDermott. He's a good hardy bit of stuff, in fairness to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And
although Castletown are down to 14 now, which is slightly worrying. I'm trying to see where David Lynch is. Has he gone back to a more orthodox position at the middle of the field?
We'll try and pick him up, Barry, because Kieran Lennon has launched this ball down into the inside line where Kieran O'Brien trying to get on it there, but it's won there by the Clonkill man there. It's Oisín Dowd gives the ball off there, but the referee had signalled it was going to be a free, and the free is for Geoghegan. It's going to be a free for the Clonkill man right back in their own half back line. Darragh Egerton going to take it. Is he going to take it? He didn't know who was calling it.
See Andrew Corbett getting ready to come on here, Ray.
Yeah, I think it's Brandon Carey as a man that's down.
Yeah, well, Andrew, it'll be like for leg swap now. Here he'll be a wing forward for a wing forward. My apologies, it wasn't Aaron Lennon. The muck on the jersey it's very hard to see the number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. But Darragh Egerton is standing over this free as he comes out now just inside his own 45, and he launches it high over towards the far side of the field. Owen Quinn trying to get under there. Ball is batted down, picked up over there to no one in particular, and I think only Price trying to get a hand on it over there, but this Castletown Geoghegan getting around it, but Clonkill men step in, and the ball is given back here to Kelvin Riley, and Kelvin fires a dangerous ball in, hops in through to Geordie Smith. Geordie, lovely touch, gets the ball in the hand, fires it back out to Brendan Murtagh. Brendan has enough time and enough space to turn around and takes the shot, and it's a beautiful score there for the big full forward.
And again, it's that twin threat of Brendan Murtagh and Geordie Smith, and really that's where the Castletown defence has to be more vigilant, because it's those two men really have been. That's Brendan's 6.2 from play. Geordie has got 1 and been fouled for 2. So those two men are single-handedly keeping Clonkill in the game in the forward line.
Ball is fired out over the far side of the field there by Kieran Glennon there and pulled on the ground there, and again another pull coming in from Brendan Murton, doesn't connect with it, and Liam Varley steps in and wins the ball, and Liam quick as a flash looking for Kieran O'Brien. Kieran ducks down, lets the ball run through to Nisha McKenna. Nisha trying to scoop it up into the hand, but he's closed down there by Alan McGrath. Alan puts his defender into a little bit of pressure there, but they do well and they come out with it, and Shane Power has it. Shane gives it off to Luke Loughlin, and the third hand pass goes along here, and ball fired down by Paddy Dowd, dropping inside there. A couple of players colliding there, and David Lynch, he's still back inside there, sweeping up, does very well, gives it back to Kieran Glennon. Kieran doing very well, comes out as an extra man there and fires the ball looking for Joe Clark, but Joe not able to keep it in play there, and the ball has gone out over the sideline, and just almost 4 minutes gone in this second half. 1 goal and 9 points now for Geoghegan, 8 points for Clonkill, 4 points between the sides here, and it does look like, Barry, that the wind is going to be a factor in this. We were here for the minor match earlier on, and certainly the side playing into the Flats goal end in the second half certainly had the advantage. We will see how this pans out, because Luke Loughlin is cutting this ball in. It's a dangerous ball, but David Lynch has been picking up loose ball in there all day, and he fires a lovely ball out to Andrew Corbett. Andrew a little bit lucky to get that in front of Paddy Dowell, has the ball in his hand, coming forward with it, roll lifts it, has it in the hand again, gives the hand pass across. He was actually giving it, I think, to Johnny Birmingham, but luckily for Johnny that Plunkett Maxwell is there to help him, and Plunkett coming forward with the ball. The man from Rosemount kicks the ball forward, in lovely ball in front of Kieran O'Brien, but Kieran doesn't control it on the first attempt, but he has it again and has Joe Clark in a lot of space here. Joe has a look at the post, takes the shot, but right behind that here, that's a fabulous score from the experienced man. Joe Clark made himself available, took a lovely short ball out, and Joe's first point, a lovely score there for Castle. Gets the scoreboard moving.
Good work by Plunkett Maxwell. You mentioned the Rosemount connection there, and he couldn't puck it, but he kicked it forward, and the ball came out to Joe Clark, and it's a fine score by Joe.
Now first puck of the second half with the wind by Andrew Mitchell, looking for Brendan Murta. Brendan knocked it down and Luke Loughlin has it. Luke tried to give a hand pass through and well intercepted there by Liam Varley, and Liam fires it over the far side where Joe Clark is on it again. Little flick in the air, but Oisin Dowd reads it very well, has the ball in his hand, comes out, nice short hand pass to Dara Egan. Dara coming more into the game now as he fires it down here towards Oney Price. There's a foot race here. Oney, he's onto the ball. Good work there by the corner back there, Liam Varley, he's under pressure there. Ball breaks out to Alan Dowdle. Alan with the shot, it's half blocked down, it's a dangerous ball dropping in. David Lynch got a hand to it, couldn't hold it. Clonkill men have it, trying to give the pass goes astray. Great work there by Plunkett Maxwell. Twice Plunkett Maxwell came in, and the big hit goes in there by Owen Quinn, and Plunkett Maxwell comes away with the ball. Great play there by the Castletown backs. Johnny Birmingham, Johnny with the left boot, kicks it forward. Ball hanging in the air. Kieran O'Brien maybe pushed his man there. The referee doesn't see it that way. Dara Egan steps in, flicks the ball into space, has the ball in his hand. Nisha McKenna trying to get the hit on it, trying to make it hard for him coming out. And the two cousins in there, Dara Egerton and Kieran O'Brien. And Dara, no unceremonious there, no family love lost there as he threw him to the ground, almost walked out across him and gets the free for his side. We see down below us here, there is a sub coming on the Clonkill team. I think that could be Pater Scally making his way off.
Christopher Austin is in.
And Christopher Austin, wear number 29, has come into the side. He's gone in to pick up on Liam Varley in there on the edge of the square, but we'll watch as Andrew Mitchell has come out here. And Andrew,
we're about to see Niall Mitchell introduced as well, which is a bit of a surprise after a collarbone injury recently, but Niall Mitchell about to be introduced in the Clonkill team.
Ball is dropped down. Brendan Murtle launches himself for it. Can't get a hand on it. Only Price is on the ground. David Lynch is there in close control. Liam Varley scoops the ball out, gets it into his hand. A lot of players around him. Can't take it. Can't get a room to swing the hurl. Ball looked like it was picked up off the ground. Yes, it was. Cayman Flynn very much on top of his game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great
call there by the referee.
Great call by the referee. It was brought on. It was ball. And maybe on a dry day it might have hopped up for Alan Dowdle, I think it was, but it didn't hop up, and there was grass and when he picked it up, and it's a good call and a chance to relieve the pressure. But certainly the second half, Ray, not as high scoring, but really intense stuff here, and 7 minutes gone and every ball has been fought for, fiercely fought for really, and this is still now anyone's game, even though it's a 5-point lead.
Yeah, you wouldn't be putting money on anyone yet so far, Barry, but we'll watch here as Kieran Lennon gets us underway again with the free. Goes over the far side. He's looking for
Brilliant control
What
by
a
Angus
touch
Clark.
there from Angus Clark. But then gets dispossessed. Joe Clark, his brother, comes in. Angus is still fighting for it. He has the ball. Did very well to give the hand pass out. Johnny Berringham moves it on to Joe Clark again, who runs into the formidable tackle man there of Paddy Dowd. Gives it on to Dean McDermott. He's the full back, remember. On to Niall O'Brien and a little bit of space, and that's a quality score. What a score from Niall O'Brien.
But Dean McDermott, a full-back, showing great awareness there. I mean, Dean McDermott is playing at the moment left half forward for Castletown, which is not. I'm not sure that Pat O'Brien wants that, but he is marking Brendan Murta, who's come back out the field, and David Lynch is covering back, and Niall Mitchell is on the field.
Yeah, Niall Mitchell has just been introduced there, replacing the number 12 Kieran Nolan, but it's that man Geordie Smith that wins that puck out. But great work there by Conor Kane there, dispossessed the man there, but Niall Mitchell, his first chance to get on the ball there, but doesn't get the control, and is picked up here, coming very close to the sideline, and the ball is off the stick of the Castletown man, says the linesman down there, is that Conor Kane trying to get that ball away, and the ball is out over the sideline, and Niall Mitchell is ready to take this. Is he going to take it? Christopher Austin is standing beside him, but it looks like Niall is telling him to move away, that he's quite prepared to take it, and he's taking the line ball. He's looking all around the place to see is there anyone making a run for him. There is a man over on the far side, but looks like he's going to change his mind.
He's trying to find Brendan Murta.
Looking for Brendan there. Dean McDermott did very well to get a stick across Brendan there and doesn't allow him to get the ball into his hand, and Liam Varley sweeping over there, fires it out, low ball, front of Joe Clark. Joe dispossessed there. Kelvin Riley's on it, but Kelvin, has he got the ball in his hand? No, he hasn't. The ball is on the ground here. Great work there by the Castletown men, fighting there like tigers over there. Liam Varley with a man wrapped around his chest, gives it back to Angus Clark. Angus drives it forward, not a great strike. Niall O'Brien trying to get a hand on it, has a bit of support over there. Niall O'Brien is on the ground there. The ball.
Plunkett Maxwell does very well.
To Conor Kane.
Yes, a serious ball.
The dangerous ball. A horrible ball for a goalkeeper as the rain comes down here. But great catch there by Andrew Mitchell in the goals. Comes forward, steady as a rock, fires it down here. Ball broken down inside. Geordie Smith is tussling for it. Breaks out and Niall Mitchell has it. Niall steps inside the tackle from Conor Kane. A little flick pass back as far as Only Price. Only swings left-handed, hits it into nobody in particular. But coming across, sweeping is Angus Clark. Angus bounces off a tackle. Great skill there from the Castletown and gives it to Plunkett Maxwell. Plunkett, great blocking down by Luke Loughlin, but Luke's teammate almost got into his own way. Christopher Austin trying to get himself over the ball. Owen Quinn coming out, throws himself at the ball here. Andrew Dowdle has it. Alan Dowdle, he has it. Takes on Liam Varley. It was Aaron Glennon unceremoniously dumps him to the ground, and Alan Dowdle trying to encourage his teammates to get a bit of fire into themselves, but that's a great free one there. But certainly
Alan Dowdle did really well there again, like he did in the first half. He went at the defence, and on a day like this with those conditions, he deserved to get the free. It was a foot trip there by Aaron Lennon, nothing malicious about it, but his name has been noted correctly so, and a chance for Brendan to reduce the gap down to 5 points. And again, Ray, like the first half, the first quarter in the second half, the first quarter up to the water break, it's flying by here. We're 11 minutes gone, and it's a cracking game, Ray. It really is.
1 goal and 11 points, 14 points for Castletown. It's now 9 points for Clonkill because Brendan Murta's fired that free beautifully over the bar, puts 5 now between the sides, and certainly I have to agree with you, Barry, this game has really flown by, and it'll have to fly by because we're getting darker and darker here as the rain comes down. We can see it over Springfield over on the right hand side, but Kieran Glennon, he has the ball in his hand, he's ready with the puck out as the clock ticks very close to 5 o'clock here on an October evening, and the ball is fired over in the direction of Niall O'Brien. Niall can't get a hand on it, but he makes sure the Clonkill man doesn't. But Luke Loughlin steps in on the breaking ball, and he has it. Takes on Niall O'Brien, close to the sideline. Jinks inside another tackle, comes in, fires the ball. It's a lovely ball, it's a dangerous ball. It's dropping in, looking for Geordie. He's in over the top, takes the shot, and it's in the back of the net. Geordie Smith, the man that was wearing number 18, but he started the game and got on that breaking ball. Luke Loughlin did absolutely superb out there, jinked and beat a couple of Castletown Geoghegan men and fired that ball, dropped in, dangerous ball, and we see a sub coming on here for Clonkill down below.
Oisin Dowdle is injured, I think. He's been replaced by Jack O'Brien.
Jack O'Brien wearing the number 5.
But back to the goal there, a really great play by Luke Loughlin. Geordie Smith finished it. I'm not sure did he strike it that well, but he got inside and finished it well. But the superb play by Luke Loughlin out the field on a difficult ball way back in his own defence.
Yeah, it looked like he got a bit of top spin on that strike as beat Kieran Glennon's outstretched hurl there, but great goal there for the Clonkill men, and they're right back into the game. And it's certainly, if it wasn't game on beforehand, it certainly now is. Only Price wins that puck out, only very close to the sideline over there. Ball goes out over the sideline. The linesman signals it went off. I think Niall O'Brien's stick there, and it's going to be a line ball for Brendan Murta, about 2 metres outside the 65-metre line. But Brendan this time hands the ball to Luke Loughlin, and Luke is going to cut it in here, and certainly the way he's been cutting balls in, this one will be dropping right into the danger area.
And there's certainly, with Niall Mitchell in there now, along with Geordie Smith, again it's a dual threat in there, a high ball, low ball in, and I think Clonkill have started this third quarter better, more pressure on the Clonkill defence, or Castletown defence. There'll be a free out there, I'd say, of Niall Mitchell pulled
and Liam Varley back there as a ball that cut from Luke Loughlin. I think the different change in tactics. That one went short to Brendan Murta, trying to get the ball in then on the second play, but the free then committed just outside the D. Is Kieran Glenn is out ready to take this puck out. And Barry, down through the years, the last 8 or 9 years, Castletown have failed to get over this Clonkill hurdle in the county final, and I don't think they'll ever have many better chances than today, and they're certainly going to have to step up.
They are playing well, Ray, but Clonkill have come back into the game in a massive way now, and the next score is crucial, and I think Pat O'Brien will be keen to get to the water break at this stage now, because he has work to do with his team.
Yeah, absolutely, but a lovely ball fired in there towards Geordie Smith, but good work there by Conor Kane, but the Castletown man can't get it up, and Alan Dowdle has the ball, and there's a hurl gun flying, but Alan Dowdle still takes on the ball, gives it off to Christopher Austin. Christopher, man who played yesterday in the intermediate final, doesn't get great power into that shot there, and Kieran Glennon comes out and picks it up, and he feeds it over to David Lynch, and David gives it inside to Plunkett Maxwell. Plunkett fires it over to this side of the field where Joe Clark push on the back, and Joe Clark there on a good call there. Darregan, I think it was the man that shoved him there. He was still going for the ball, but Joe had done very well there, killed that ball off the stick there, and certainly
I think he did get a dunt in the back. It might be classified as a soft free in the sense that there was no score going to come off it, but it doesn't mean it wasn't a free. He got a dunt in the back, which perhaps Dara Egerton a bit over eager. He's had a super game, Dara Egerton, but it wasn't necessary to foul Joe Clark. He was on the ground, he was going nowhere, and again, don't want to talk about crucial incidents, but a chance here now for Niall O'Brien to put 3 points between the sides, and probably the water break coming after this, and Castletown need a score.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't want to say it there, Barry, but certainly if ever a team needed a score, this is an opportunity for Niall O'Brien. 2 points between the sides as Niall stands over this, and he's just about 43 metres out from the Clonkill goal as he lifts it, and he strikes it, and he strikes it accurately, and it's over the bar, and that's a brilliant score, lovely score from that free from Niall O'Brien. Again, I think that is the act. The referee has blown for the water break, and certainly, Barry, that quarter has flown by. Great entertainment in the second half here.
I have to say it's a credit to all 30 players, and maybe 35 or 6 players at this stage with subs. It's been a very clean game, hugely contested, excellently refereed, and we've had top quality play. Alan Dowdle and Geordie Smith in this wing here under the stand array are really causing problems now for the Castletown defence, and I'd say strength and depth could be crucial yet. The subs that have been introduced by Clonkill could make a difference yet. Christopher Austin, Niall Mitchell, Jack O'Brien, all fine hurlers, and might have more strength and depth. To be interesting now, Andrew Corbett has a big role to play for Castletown, because he's a player who can carry the ball well. He's got good pace. He can be inconsistent, but if he gets a ball and a bit of space, he'll do damage.
Yeah, Pat O'Brien is down on our left hand side here as we look at on the screen. There is Pat O'Toole and his mentors there from Clonkill, and certainly they're throwing everything at this. Niall Mitchell back after a serious injury, as you said, Barry. He's come in to add his considerable effort to this there.
Yeah.
I've seen the goalkeeper.
More towels on display there, and you see in the beach in Lanzarote at the moment, because every player getting a towel from the backroom team to try and keep the hurls dry now as we face into the last 40 minutes of the Westmeath Senior Hurling Championship, possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. Here as players go back into position here, looking down on our left hand side, and I see there's a sub getting ready to come in for Castletown Geoghegan again.
Conor Murphy, whose brother Peter came on in the minor final.
Yeah, it looks like we're number 23, but we'll watch and see what Pat O'Brien and his mentors do, but there's nothing happening for now, because Andrew Mitchell is ready with the puck out, and Andrew is dropping this one on the Castletown 45 metre line. Up they go. Niall Mitchell jumps the highest, doesn't get the ball because Liam Varley is on the breaking ball, gives it off to Nisha McKenna. Nisha steps inside, surely been fouled there. The referee doesn't see it that way. Brendan Murta has the ball here, but I think there was a trip there on Nisha McKenna as he came through, and it's certainly a bang on the knee. It looks like he's holding the knee there as he came out through that. The referee didn't maybe deem it to be such, but there is a sub being introduced down here. That's Anthony Price is coming on.
Yeah, and a real scoring, and great man to catch a puck out, and a real scoring threat. Be interested to see now who comes off. Anthony Price coming on.
Yeah, we'll watch as there's an injury for the Castletown Geoghegan, number 11, Nisha McKenna. Nisha's gone to ground here.
Shane Power is actually receiving treatment here. He hasn't gone back on after the water break, so I'd say Anthony Price coming on for Shane Power, I'd say, Ray.
Yeah, probably we'll have to make a few adjustments there, but we'll see what way it goes here. Certainly Anthony Price is making his way onto the field wearing the number 20. A little bit of concern here for Nisha McKenna. Nisha has been very unfortunate with injuries. Yeah, the call has gone in there. No, Anthony Price for Shane Power, but just come back to Nisha McKenna has been very unfortunate with injuries all through the year. A quality young hurler, and certainly, you know, he's getting more involved in the play now, coming out the field a little bit from the centre half forward position, and Castletown won't want to lose him either.
Conor Murphy's not in yet, Brazy.
Don't think so. With no substitute made yet. We're just looking down below it. I don't see anyone here, but it's certainly a little bit of concern here for Nisha McKenna, but he's getting to his feet rather gingerly here now.
Oh yeah, sorry, Conor is in. He's over there in the white helmet. Just came in there a minute ago, Ray. I don't see him on the sideline. So that looks like I'm over there in the right corner forward spot. Possibly is it for Joe Clark? No, Joe is here.
Don't know who's been replaced.
Kieran O'Brien is there still.
Yeah, we'll see who it was in a second, but play is going to resume with this. In fact, Nisha McKenna looks like he's making his way off, but this free, because it's a possession free. Brendan Murta dropped it in. It's a dangerous ball, goes off. David Lynch's stick, danger not gone away yet, but the referee deems that there was a foul there. In fact, Nisha McKenna is the man that's making his way off the field.
That's obviously Conor Murphy was in for.
Conor Murphy has gone in.
Yeah, they obviously knew Nisha couldn't play on. A bit of a loss there now because Joe Clark will come out and centre off forward to try and win some of that dirty ball. Murphy was shooting the lights out in the intermediate championship this year. He scored, I think, 1-9 or 1-10 against Turin there in a match recently in Robinstown. I believe he was superb that day. So he's in corner forward, trying to repeat the heroics of his younger brother in the minor match.
Yeah, and Kieran Glennon gets the game underway with the free, dropping it down here. Joe Clark trying to get under the ball. It breaks forward. Kieran O'Brien trying to get on it, but it's the Clonkill man that almost had it. And that substitute very, very close to the sideline, just drops the ball out of his hand before he went out over the sideline. Good play there from the young substitute there, but Clonkill have the ball. Luke Loughlin has the ball in his hand, very close to the sideline, comes back into a little bit of space, fires it down this side of the field. David Lynch sweeping up on Geordie Smith, gets the ball away from Geordie, but Brendan Murta is in fighting for it. Plunkett Maxwell is fighting for it. Bunch of players in there, ball moving forward. Brendan trying to get on it, gives a little flick through, and it's the corner back.
Kelvin Riley has it, he's clear.
Kelvin Riley coming on. Kelvin put under pressure there, gives a little hand pass off to Oni Price, and
that's a great score.
The bar, the full score for Oni today, and a lovely score, and puts back two between the sides.
And Kelvin Riley again came into the game there with a vengeance, really. Won a loose ball, drove on, gave a good pass. He picked up the better option and only fired it over.
Yeah, he did indeed. And
now Clonkill's experience and maybe greater strength and depth could tell here, Ray, yet in the last, well, we've 9 and a bit minutes to go, but I'd say there's about 3 minutes injury time at least with subs and stoppages and so on.
Ball fired down, goes over the hands of Angus Clark into a little bit of space where Kieran O'Brien is out in front of his man.
Out back to his brother Niall.
Pass off to his older brother.
And fires it over towards Joe Clark.
Looking for bit of space over this side of the field.
Paddy Dowdle is very well there, and he's fouled. No play on advantage, I think.
Yeah, Brendan Murta has the ball in his hand, and Brenda fires the ball, and he's looking for Niall Mitchell to come out. And Plunkett Maxwell trying to close that gap down. Plunkett does very well, and Liam Varley steps out, and Liam gives
back to Angus.
Short pass to Angus Clark, and Angus fires it into the corner. Ball is dropping in here, drops on front of Andrew Corbett, and Andrew leaves it there for the other man.
Conor Murphy.
Young Murphy coming in, takes
tight angle.
No, probably not the right option there, but certainly the chance was there, Barry, and he probably was right to have a go for it.
Yeah, well, it was a tight angle and a bit inexperienced there, but Conor really needed to keep that ball in play perhaps, or take a better option, but that's easier said than done now in your first county final at 19 years of age.
Ball is dropping down here, broken down by Owen Quinn. Dean McDermott trying to get on very close to the sideline, kept in play, the ball moved down. Andrew, now that's Conor Murphy again gives the ball to
Joe Clark.
That was
Pretty
Joe
well
Clark
there.
to get on. Joe swamped there by Clonkill man, and it's Christopher Rawson, the man that has it, but he's been swamped by Castletown Geoghegan, but gets enough room to swing a hurl. But David Lynch is back in
great
there.
catch.
Great fielding by David Lynch. David Lynch is better known as an inter-county footballer, but he's a very, very accomplished hurler. Ball is over the far side where Moni Price.
I think it's a good call. I think Kieran O'Brien had kind of played the man there. He wasn't able to match. I don't know who it was for pace. Possibly Dara Egerton, but it's a free for
Clonkill.
for Clonkill, and I think the Castletown fans are getting nervous. You mentioned Ray, Castletown don't have a great history against Clonkill in recent big matches, and suddenly it's a 2-point game with 7 minutes to go, and this is now that Clonkill prepared to pounce.
Yep. Brendan Murtaugh's gone out to take this free. It's on his own 65, but certainly well within Brendan's range here. He's already scored 7 points. I think I have him down for here. 5 of them coming from frees there now as he stands over this one, but this is a crucial free. 2 between the sides. 23 minutes gone. Brendan strikes it high. It's dropping in. I think by the reaction of
over the bar.
Players in the goals there, touching the crossbar. We knew that one was gone over the bar, and it's down to a 1-point game. And certainly there is a bit of a breeze in here, and it certainly was a factor earlier on here, and it seems to be having an impact on this game.
Castletown really need to get Angus and Niall O'Brien into the game in this quarter now. They've been faded out of the game a small bit in the last, I suppose, 10 minutes or so. They hard to maintain that standard of excellence, but they really need them now to win a ball or two.
Yeah, and just like that then Kieran Glennon fires the ball over the far side where Niall O'Brien was on it, but it's picked up by his cousin Dara Egerton. Dara coming forward here. A harsh call maybe there on Dara Egerton there, because he was trying to get away from a couple of Castletown men. Looked like he was being held back, but the referee signalled that he took too many steps with it, and a free for Castletown right on their own 65-metre line. And we see I think it's Angus Clark is standing over there. He's sending Niall O'Brien on in towards the edge of the square there, and Angus getting the hands dry there now. We see Pat down below us here getting very excited here, as he normally does. Just looking down in at his back line, trying to keep them close, looking at the matchups, trying to make sure there's no space in there. But
Dara Egerton a bit unlucky there. I could see he was trying to win a free, I think, and sometimes that can be a factor in a referee maybe not giving you a free.
Yeah,
but it was a tight call, and Dara Egerton's had a fine game. But it's a massive free for Angus, because I think Castletown need a point to settle themselves with just over 5 minutes to go of normal time. A free about 90 yards out. It doesn't look like it's got that accuracy.
Dropping in was a great ball, dropping in, not mishandled there by the Clonkill man. It was a push on the back, surely knows until that referee, and ball is picked up by Dara Egerton, and he comes out and runs into a hefty tackle, but does very well to get the pass out there to Kelvin Riley. Kelvin spins around, hits it down the field. Brendan Murtagh is the man that's on it, but Brendan under severe pressure just because there's 3 Castletown men running after him, but he shows all his experience. But Castletown man
every ball been fought
there,
for tooth and nail here.
Dean McDermott, he's the full back, remember, gives it back to Angus Clark. Not the best pass in the world. Angus bottled up there, comes in. The referee said that Angus was being fouled there. He had his hands up in the air trying to get through there, and Clonkill not too happy with that decision, because there was maybe a push on him there. Castletown need to push back up into the play, but Morgan Gavican is the man wearing number 20 there, and I don't know whether there was a push in the back there. Barry just...
Morgan, a good young player, a minor player in recent years. He's only about 19, 20 years of age. Introduced now to his first county final, and again, Angus maybe had a sighter of this one already, because about 20 metres closer than the last one, and the last one was very close. The extra bit of distance might have put a strain on it, but this is a vital free now with 4 minutes to go, and a chance to stretch the lead to 2 points. Of course, a dangerous lead if it goes 2 points.
Yeah, absolutely. With Angus Clark, he lifts it and he strikes it high.
It looks it's gone to the right, Ray, I think. No, it's gone to the right inside the post.
Absolutely. Barry Kelly, you have little faith when Angus Clark is standing
over.
That was a great score. I think he allowed for the win, Barry, in all fairness, from where we were here.
Great score.
Lovely score and a crucial score.
Morgan Gavigan is in for Kieran O'Brien in the corner. Morgan will be a more defensive-minded player, but again, at this stage now, it's all hands to the pump for Castletown.
2 points in the lead. As you said, it's a dangerous lead. We were in this position last Sunday here for the football, and I said it was a dangerous lead to have, and next thing the Terrace passman went down and got the goal. But from this puck out, Castletown are on the break, and it's that man Niall O'Brien steps away from a tackle, gives the ball inside here, and a little hand pass, maybe a little bit too fancy there.
Yeah, I think so.
Good work there by Owen Quinn, gets the ball, but Owen's Ball goes
Angus
straight to
has it.
Price, and
Right
Angus
man has it.
moves forward, gives the hand pass on to Niall O'Brien, and Niall with the shot, and the umpire nonchalantly goes for the flag. A lovely score there for the number 14 for Castletown again. Great play. We
That's
just want to
Niall's
have a look at. We thought we might have a shout at a penalty there. Barry is just coming up on screen again. It came from originally from Angus Clark's long free to come in. Hard to see, but puck out is coming out.
David Lynch has been superb here.
Joe Clark takes the ball from David Lynch and swings around and gives the ball inside.
Andrew Corbett is very well there.
Great touch there by
Andrew
Alan.
Corbett's away, Ray. Oh, great tackle by Alan McGrath.
Great stick in there from Alan McGrath. Even and losing
Super
the stick,
play by Alan McGrath.
Very well not to lose the ball there. Christopher Austin coming back to help him.
No, did very well, Kit Austin there.
Great ball fired in here. Again,
into Anthony Price. Alan Dowdle has it.
Alan Dowdle, but the ball moved away from Alan. But the referee signalled there was a push there on Alan Dowdle there. We're happy enough. From that ball coming down here, there's a push on Alan Dowdle, and every one of these frees are crucial. The clock says 28 minutes and 4 seconds gone
I think
in the second half here. Brendan Murta standing over a very crucial free for his team. It's on the 45-metre line.
We might look back on that tackle by Alan McGrath shortly, Ray, because Andrew Corbett was around him and he was pretty much gone through on goals, and a 3-point lead was going to be surely 4 or 6. And Alan McGrath, someone got a hurl to the ball, brilliant piece of defending, and suddenly Clonkill have a free with 1 minute of normal time to go after the free to make it a 2-point game, and we're surely looking at, I'd imagine, 3 to 4 minutes. My guess would be 4 if Jim Bobby put it up shortly.
Brendan Murta fires that one over the
Paul
bar.
Revel signals to Jason Monaghan to put the flag up.
Yeah,
and we have a 2-point game in the county final, a brilliant county final, to be honest, one of the best county finals in recent years.
Yeah, absolutely, in horrendous conditions, we have to say it, because we look across there to the right hand side and we see the rain blowing in the wind. Kieran Glennon has the ball in his hand. Duncan Maxwell trying to make himself available for a short one here on this side of the field, but Kieran thinks better of it and fires it over to the far side of the field where he's trying to get Angus Clark onto the ball, but Brendan Murta is there for Clonkill. A high tackle there and a lazy tackle there, but not like Angus Clark. In all fairness, Brendan Murta goes to ground and it's a free for Clonkill, and 4 minutes is the signal that has come from the fourth official down here. But we'll watch as Brendan Murta is about to take this free. It's inside Castletown's 65-metre line. It's about 62 metres out. Brendan Stanover, he's going to take it himself. And a
tough free even for a man of his experience. It's not an easy free, but no better man you'd imagine than to try and bring it down to the minimum margin just as we go into injury time, and we could be here, Ray, for 20 minutes longer yet.
We could, absolutely, but we'll watch now as Brendan Murta stands over this free and he lifts it and he strikes it and he rifles it in, and this time, unfortunately for Brendan,
tough free.
A bit of a pressure free there, and he pulls that one to the left and wide, and certainly it would not have expected that from Brendan. I thought he was odds on to fire that, but even a man of his experience succumbs to the pressure there. Kieran Glennon is back in the goals. He's trying to run down the time here. He's ready now with the puck out. Referee tells him to get on with it, and he gives it short. Nice ball out to Liam Varley. Liam turns around, not the best strike in the world, but finds a teammate over there. That's Plunkett Maxwell. Plunkett turns around in front of Owen Price and fires it down inside. Again, Clonkill man have it back in there. Little shovel pass there to Christopher Austin, but Christopher turns a little bit blindly and he's half blocked down, and Joe Clark is on the breaking ball there, but Joe swarmed there. Back out to Niall O'Brien. Has Joe Clark for support. Joe gives a little pass out to ball fired in low. It's gone in front. Andrew Corbett fighting for it in there. Looked like there was a push on the back, and Andrew there. Referee doesn't give it, but the danger's not gone yet because Castletown are fighting for it, and eventually it's the Clonkill man. Paddy Dowdle has it in his hand. Looks around. Goes back to the goalkeeper.
Great place of play, Paddy Dowdle.
Control.
Cool
play.
Bad clearance.
Is it a terrible one? It is, because Angus Clark is on it. He was trying to find.
Has Angus sealed the game? He has.
Oh, what a score from Angus Clark. What a score from the number 10 there. There is a sub coming on here. It's the number 13. It's Niall Nipper Dowdle that's coming on. The man that's going off is Jordy Smith. But we'll watch as Andrew Mitchell has poked the ball out. Joe Clark is under. Alan Dowdle is on his back. And the referee said that there was a push on the back there on Alan Dowdle. Not too happy with it, but there's certainly...
Joe Clark has had a fine game, in fairness, showing all his experience. He won a crucial ball, won a lot of crucial frees, and chance now for, you'd imagine Angus will take the free.
Yeah, there's 3 between them, and certainly if we can stretch this, put 4 between them, certainly with the clock there, with 2 minutes up to 4 minutes of additional time played. Angus, we can see him over there. He's drying the hurl as he comes across here. very casually, no one to give the towel to, and Angus has the ball, it's free, it's a long way out. Barry is right.
60, close to 70 metres race. It's good as makes a difference, 70 metres. Beyond the 65, and it's James McGrath here is marking it about 5 metres inside his own 65, or it's exactly at the halfway line, so 70 metres out. But the kind of free you'd think that would see the county final win for Castletown, because if it goes over, we'll have about 90 seconds left and a 4-point lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Angus Clark standing over this free. Takes his time as he bends down and he lifts it and he strikes it and he gets a good connection on it, but it looks like it's drifting on the breeze, is it? No. Yes, it is. The umpire finally signals that one had gone to the left and wide, and Clonkill are still in this game. Short puck out taken, and only Price has it. Only little hand pass over his head there. Ball doesn't go to head. Put a little bit of pressure on his own teammate. Castletown have turned it over. I think it's Andrew Corbett that has it. Andrew was half hooked there as he tried to get his strike in, and the ball goes in. Andrew Mitchell had just took that one out over the end line, and he's taken the puck out already to Paddy Dowdle in space here. And Paddy trying to drop the ball in at this stage. Alan Dowdle out there, and Brendan Murta coming out for it. Castletown trying to get bodies around. There's men on the ground. Who has it? It's the Castletown man that has it. He goes to ground there. I think that's Connor Kane. Not the most sensible thing to do there, because Brendan Murta has it, and Brenda coming on has a look. Hits in the ball. It's a dangerous ball. It's right in her front. Niall Mitchell has it. It's in the net. It's in the net.
The sides are level.
The sides are level. 1.5 minute left on the clock. It was a dangerous ball as soon as Brendan Murta fired it in. Niall Mitchell came across in front of his man. A couple of Castletown players had the opportunity to get away, but it broke kindly for Niall Mitchell, the big number 19, and he fires it to the back of the net. Great goal there. Puck out is taken. We haven't time to draw breath because Clonkill Maxwell has it gone in towards Niall O'Brien. Pops off Niall's stick. He's after it.
Niall O'Brien has
it in his hand. Looks up. Sees who's in space, gives the ball inside, doesn't go to hand there, and intercepted there by Alan McGrath. Alan launches it down the field here. Foot race here for it. Dean McDermott trying to get in front of Brendan Murta, doesn't get it. Brendan has it in his hand, half blocked down as he's turned around to get the strike in it. I think that was Angus Clark that got the block on it there, and the ball has gone out over the sideline. Barry Kelly, we're looking at 20 minutes of extra time.
We surely are, and there'll be no harm, Ray, because it's been absolutely brilliant stuff here. It really has been a superb county final, and no side deserves to lose this. Niall Mitchell got a chance. He stuck it past Kieran Glennon. No chance for Kieran. And I'd be surprised it came and plays much longer, because we've gone well beyond the 4 minutes. We're into nearly heading for the 5th minute, and I don't think either side would mind playing another 20 minutes.
Brendan Murta standing over this line ball. It's about 50 metres out. Cuts it in. It's a dangerous ball. Broken inside. Picked up there, but I think that's the last action of this game so far, of the 60 minutes.
The referee has blown the full-time whistle.
I think I would imagine he's thinking was that the ball needed to be scored directly. Yeah,
we're going to extra time, so we are.
We're going to extra time, Barry. I think you said it earlier on here. We could be in the dark here before we get a winner of the 2020 final. And you know, who's to say even with 20 minutes that'll be a winner of, because I tell you, both these sides are so closely matched.
It's been absolutely fantastic stuff, Ray. It really has been a marvellous county final, and credit to all the players and officials. And the ground is in great condition, and the weather is actually even the weather gods are beginning to improve a bit, Ray. The rain has stopped, and I see a well-known local, I don't know what you call him, to be honest, Banjo Quinn below, whose son Owen is playing, and Banjo is prowling, the hat is on his head, and he looks agitated. He's shaking his head, he's not happy, but Castletown are still in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Barry, we're going to take an ad break here, and we'll come back to the lads then, and we'll be back for 20 minutes of extra time. So we're going to a break right now. Yeah, we're not ready to go to ads just yet there, but you know, it has been a great county final, and like you said, Barry, great credit due to both sets of players there, because conditions are very heavy out there. We can see down there on the sideline the way the ground has been cutting up, but both of these players have really left everything on this field. 20 more minutes of it, and we will see what the benches are like now, because fitness is certainly going to be a factor here. We see the Clonkill mentors coming out to their team. Pat O'Brien and his men down on the other side there, you know, will be having words with their men, trying to encourage them, trying to keep it going on here, and it's certainly all to play for in the 20 minutes. I think we're ready now to go to Paul Doolan for his end of game comments here. Over to you, Paul. Okay, we have a little change in plan because I think we're now going to break for ads.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
Yeah, we're back in the bowls here at TEG Cusick Park after what has been an absolutely wonderful and terrific second half here. It's level Jew Devils 1-15 to Castletown Geoghegan, 2-12 to Clonkill, and I suppose, Johnny, it always had the hallmarks of that game.
Yeah, I know it's been an exceptional game of hurling for conditions and everything else. And look, you can't write off Clonkill. Look at Castletown have been a better team overall and probably deserved to win this game. But like I said beforehand, this performances count for nothing. It's about getting across the line, and Clonkill egged it out there with the goal in the last minute there just to bring it to extra time. And
that goal, John, from Niall Mitchell was an absolutely brilliant goal, I suppose, to finish it off. And you could nearly see it coming. Yeah. Johnny, I'm going to ask you quickly a prediction for the extra time.
I'm going to stick with it.
We're back on, right?
Ball is thrown in here and it's straight away.
Sometimes I think Angus Clark's
I'm going to stay with my prediction.
Extension of his arms just
we're back to commentary now. We're back into added time here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us here on Near VTV. Ray and Barry on commentary.
The opening game. And the ball fired down very close to the sideline here. Niall Mitchell lets the ball run through his legs and slips on the ground there. And Liam Varley, he's on the ground here and gives the ball inside to David Lynch. Lovely heads up play from David. Gives the ball across to the centre and ball is fired down the field there.
Great control there by
great skill there.
Andrew Corbett.
Andrew Corbett with the foot here.
Conor Murphy, a bit of pace with Murphy out to Corbett, because Subs combining well there.
Yeah, I think that's what's up. Morgan Geoghegan, I think is number 20 there. A lot of these young Castletown lads look very alike there. But Angus Clark, he steps in and has the ball now. Luke Loughlin trying to close him down. Luke did very well, got a half a hook on him. Ball inside there. Castletown man goes to ground and good work there by Alan McGrath.
Yeah, we spoke about Alan McGrath's earlier interception of that Andrew Corbett attack and it proved crucial in the end, right?
Yeah, and Clonkill still carrying it out there. Great work there by Mickey McGrath. Down towards Niall Mitchell. Goes off Niall's fingers there, and David Mitchell sweeping around here. He has the ball, and little hand pass inside to Plunkett Maxwell. Plunkett straight away turns, fires the ball over to the far side.
Oh, that's a free.
Looks
That's a silly tackle.
A tackle there into the back there of Joe Clark, and the referee doesn't give it, and Joe is back on his feet again, and he's gone chasing back inside his own 45. Does very well, comes forward and rifles it down as long and hard as he can. Dangerous ball, goes in over the hands of the Clonkill man there. Again, good work there by the Clonkill backs. They got back on it but closed it down there, but this time looked like there was a trip on Niall O'Brien there as he was going for that ball, but the ball has gone out over the sideline, and a couple of frees there that we thought were fouled. The referee doesn't see them that way, and he's the man that counts. It's gone out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball, and a line ball for Geoghegan just outside Clonkill's 20-metre line. Niall O'Brien is standing over this ball.
I think players are getting tired, Ray, and I think defences are getting more on top now. I don't think there'll be a whole lot of scoring in the extra time. It's only 10 minutes aside, so 3 or 4 points could win this, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. Niall O'Brien drills it in. It's a dangerous ball. Back there is the cornerback. Kelvin Riley gets a hand to it, has it in his hand. Don't know whether he had a hurl along with him, but he gets the ball, scoops it out to a teammate there, and Angus Clark has gone to ground there. He's tackled hard. Castletown men fighting for it right back, and eventually breaks, and it's Conor Murphy there that tried to get the ball across the front of the goals, and it's blocked down and it's out over the sideline, and this one is back. Castletown gaining ground slowly inside.
Patter Scally warm up again for Clonkill, of course. Each side can bring in 3 subs now in extra time, and those subs will be crucial. I still think Clonkill might have a stronger bench.
Ball is cut across by Niall O'Brien. It's a dangerous ball. Goes across. Joe Clark finishes to the back of the net.
Oh, what a
huge
finish.
Opportunistic play there by Joe Clark. Probably the most experienced player on the Castletown side there, as the ball came across there. Great cut across from Niall O'Brien, and Joe at the back post.
That was a brilliant finish.
And just got the dive on it and finished it to the back of the net.
Going to see it here now in replay before the puck. We might get a chance to see a replay.
Yeah, there's a sub coming.
Only Price has gone off, and I think Patter Scally's gone back onto the Clonkill team.
Yeah, great finish there by Joe Clark there, and from the puck out, Kelvin Riley has the ball, and Kelvin fires it over into acres of space there over in front of the terrace, but it's the Castletown men that have the little pep in their step.
A chance for Niall Mitchell.
Coming in on this, a chance for him, closed down. Can he take the shot? Goal at the other end.
Unbelievable stuff
Great
here.
response here by the Clonkill men. We're going to have a look at that as well, Barry, because it was a ball fired over into space. Looked like the Castletown men had won the race for it, couldn't get it out, and eventually Niall Mitchell was played through on a great finish by the big man.
It was a super finish by Niall Mitchell. He really took that well. He won the ball in the wing, and once he got it in his hand, he took on Liam Varley, and I think there's no doubt Kieran Glennon had no chance.
Yeah,
only a matter of seconds after Joe Clark's outstanding goal for Castletown.
Yeah, absolutely. So we thought, Barry, that we might have very few scores in the.
Yeah, I think we can edit that out, Tony. Can we edit out that bit about the 4 points been necessary to win the match in extra time?
Great play there by both sides there, and it just proves the effort that these lads are putting in here is unbelievable. Just, Barry, one little thing before we go any further. We thought normally the team that gets the draw has the momentum coming on, but certainly Castletown have started well here, and if that man Niall Mitchell, he's having a big impact on this game, gives a little ball inside.
Well won by Liam Varley. It's amazing the way they're still continuing to play, I suppose, once they're risky hurling, but they're sticking to their game plan. They're not playing short ball, and it's a bit risky both sides, but it makes for a super contest.
Yeah, Alan Dowdle has the ball here, doesn't get a great strike there, but Luke Loughlin almost got onto it there. But
Niall O'Brien has it.
Coming forward with it here now. 2 or 3 Clonkill men around him, they're dispossessed there. Ball breaks inside, pulled on the ground there, broken over there. Couple of Castletown players almost ran into each other, and the ball breaks here, and Clonkill have it, and the referee, I think there might be an injury here for one of the Castletown players there. The referee, very hard to hear the whistle where we are in here, Barry, but it certainly has blown the whistle. I don't know, is there a free or is it just going to be a possession free?
But Clonkill had possession, and that might be what. I don't think a free was blown. Actually, I don't think it was a free, because I think two Castletown players collided themselves, but I suspect we'll have an indirect free for Clonkill.
Yeah, this free is right
it
back.
Looks like that's what Cayman's doing. He's going in the direction of the Castletown goals, and I'd say it'll be an indirect free, which is, again, nothing wrong with that. Sensible thing to do. It's in the rules. Kate Austin's had a good game since he came on. He's won good ball, and his delivery been very good. His strike has been very crisp and very clear, particularly considering he played a full a full hour yesterday in the Senior B final.
Yeah.
Intermediate final.
Yeah,
to qualify for Senior B.
Yeah, this time he's going away from the free because Brendan Murta has come back here, and this one will suit Brendan because it's probably out of the scoring range, but certainly he can afford to let it right into the danger area.
I think it's an indirect free, Ray. I don't think he can. Yeah, he didn't go for it anyway. Probably outside his range anyway, but fine free, fire down to Paris Scally, who'll be fresh after coming on as sub.
Yeah, gets the ball in front of two Castletown men trying to take them on, but he's gone to ground there, has a little bit of support there, and the hits are still coming in here, and Alan Dowdle carrying the game to Castletown, gives the ball inside, takes the shot, but again,
it's gone for a 65, it's crucial.
It's gone for a 65.
Alan Dowdle's had a fine game, it's probably his best game for Clonkill this year. He's won a lot of ball, and he's carried ball well, and he's won frees, won a 65 there, and really, Ray, at this stage, it's anyone's game.
Yeah, 7 minutes gone in the opening period of extra time here. James McGrath just going out there to show Brendan Murta where this 65 is going to be taken from, and certainly this is well within Brendan's range, and I don't think he'll be looking for anything other than the uprights with this one here. Nobody making a run for him because all eyes are on Brendan, and they'll expect that Brendan will fire this one over the bar. Brendan taking his time here now as he...
I think the Castletown full forward line, a slightly inexperienced look about at the moment. Now we have Andrew Corbin and Conor Murphy and Morgan Gavigan in the forward line, and they're missing a little bit of experience there now, and it looks like Clonkill have possibly taken the lead for, I'd say, maybe is that the first time in the game they've led?
Certainly, since early in the first half, I think certainly anyway there. Lovely score there from Brendan Murta, puts his side into the lead. Kieran Glenn is ready with the puck out.
Huge test now for Castletown. They nearly need to... Well, the next score, I think they need to get a 2-point lead to be a good lead in this game. Now Angus has it. Angus is going to try and free out to Johnny Birmingham. Johnny Birmingham's fouled by...
I think it was Kelvin Riley.
And I think that's a free. There's no question about it. It's a free. Kelvin can protest all he wants, but it was a shoulder to the chest. Johnny Birmingham was fouled. Chance for Angus to level matters up as we head for the closing moments of the first half of extra time. And Ray, we can't rule out. I've never commentated the game with penalties. We can't rule it out, Ray.
Absolutely. Be some way to finish our coverage of the Westmeath club games here, probably the last game of the year, and certainly I'm looking here at the county board PRO, Donny Malone, and I don't know whether he has any hair left or what way he is here, but certainly for excitement it would be a great way to finish our coverage here. But we'll watch. There's a long time to go yet because Angus Clark is going to take this free. He's about 50 metres out as he stands over this free. It's again, every one of these are crucial. Every one of these are pressure frees. Angus Clark, captain of the county team. Can he get his side back on level terms? He lifts it and he strikes it, and he strikes it high, and
ever any doubt, Ray?
Looks at it, goes over the
it's
middle
a goal and 6 points Angus has managed, and he's still not even top scorer because Brendan Murta, I think, has got 10 points so far in the game.
Andrew Mitchell is back there in the goals here, ready with the puck out. Light dim in here in Cusick Park as Andrew maybe didn't get full connection on that one, but manages to get it out to the centre there, but as a Castletown man gets a hand on that one, it's on the ground there fighting for it. I think it's Angus Clark that has it. All at Clonkill seems to be around him there now, but again it's a bit of a stalemate inside. Joe Clark trying to lift the ball up in the middle of a lot of ruck there, but ball is out the far side, and Clonkill have turned it over, and Brendan Murta, ball flicked away from Brendan again. Clonkill man goes to ground there, nothing wrong with it, says the referee. David Lynch steps in, sweeping up very close to the side, and has got through a mountain of work.
Lynch has a fine game. Plunkett Maxwell bottled up well there though. Yeah. Good tackle there by some of the Clonkill forwards. Luke Loughlin.
But again, good work there from David Lynch. Looked like he had his jersey pulled there, but gets the ball away, and it's down this side of the field there. And
Morgan Gavin, Conor Murphy. Tough ball for a young player to win. Murphy wins it well and drives it down the field.
Yeah, good ball in. And again, good work there. I think that's Andrew Corbett. Ball flicks inside and is picked up there for the Castletown men. Again, hand pass back to Plunkett Maxwell. These players are all getting tired. We can't fault them for that. Plunkett Maxwell tries to kick it in, manages to kick it back here, back out as far as Conor Murphy. Conor gives it back to Johnny Birmingham. Johnny fires it over to the far side of the field, looking for Niall O'Brien. Ball breaks down. There's a Castletown man onto the break.
Morgan
Gavigan lost the hurl there. Gives a nice ball inside.
Kelvin Ryan makes a great interception.
Great interception there by Kelvin Ryan. He said there's a chop down there, a free out and a free, as we are a minute into additional time at the end of this extra time. We'll just see
Kieran Nolan coming back on. Of course, their players can come back on now in extra time. You can make 3 subs, and Castletown or Clonkill seem to have greater depth to the bench. Only Price is warming up below as well, and they might bring him back on.
Yeah, but Andrew Mitchell has the ball. He's just inside his own 45. He's out to take this. And it's
Christopher Austin's coming off.
Going to remember Christopher put in a huge effort yesterday for the intermediates there, and he's been called ashore again, but certainly has contributed since he came on in the second half. But Andrew Mitchell is the man that's standing over this free. Just taking his time. Probably won't be much more injury time to be added as Andrew rifles this one up into the air. Dropping just into Castletown D. Johnny Birmingham goes highest, goes off his hand, but he's on the breaking ball again, and I think that's the end.
And that's the end of it, the first half, right?
Yeah, sides are still level. 70 minutes and we can't be divided. Barry, I think we're going to stay with us here for the half-time interlude here. It'll only be a couple of minutes here, but certainly, you know, Clonkill are going to play with whatever bit of a breeze is in it, going down to our left to right, and certainly maybe the advantage is with them now as we go into the second period of extra time.
Yeah, I might have a slight fancy yet for Clonkill. I just think they've come back into the game. They've trailed for most of the game, and suddenly they're level. And I just think that experience now, and I think Castletown have lost a couple of players, and that Castletown full forward line is very young and inexperienced. And I think this is a day for experience now. The likes of Brendan Murton, those as Niall Mitchell is young, but he's an experienced player. A lot of big games behind him. But look, it's a real pity, Ray. We have to finish it today because these two sides deserve a replay, to be honest, but unfortunately that's the way we are in the current, and it's most great to get this far. The county board and all the various men involved in the county board deserve great credit for the competition, the way they've been organised. We've had a fantastic football and hurling championship, and really culminating now in this absolute, don't think it's an exaggeration to say, an epic county final, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the better ones in recent memories, on both sides not giving an inch, you know, and we're right down here after 70 minutes. Sides are level, and great scoring, even 3 goals and 13 points to 2 goals and 16 points. Those that goal there by Niall Mitchell right at the death to get the draw for his side now, and we'll see how these last 10 minutes pan out there. Pat O'Toole is down there having words with his side. We can see them there, encourage them. Lads are tired. Huge effort put in by a lot of players. Paddy Dowd and Kelvin Riley, remember, had an hour of it last week in the football final. Paddy is down there. I think he's going for, I don't know, was it 13, 14 or 15 senior medals?
14, Ray,
14 he's looking to get today here. Castletown men down on our left. They'll be trying to deny him that 14 for at least one more year anyway. But again, like you say, a lot of young players there for Castletown. You know, opportunities they're going to have to be taken if they're going to get over the line here. The referee is Cayman Flynn. He's coming across here, just having a word with
possibly Mark Keegan, possibly introduced for Clonkill shortly. He looks like he's fit for the fray now. Then on the down to our right here, just below.
Yeah, and another player that
played yesterday. Yeah,
played the full hour yesterday for the intermediates. And Castletown, last words of wisdom there from Pat O'Brien with his team as they get back out and into position, and they're going to play from. Yeah, we see the sub coming in there.
Paddy Dowdle's gone off, is it? I think it's Paddy Dowdle gone off injured here.
Yeah, coming across here. Yeah, certainly looks like a dead leg or something like that there, but certainly
Mark Keegan, a very able replacement now, and a lot of changes now on both sides in terms of subs coming on. But look, we're down to the last 10 minutes, right?
Absolutely, fatigue is going to play a part in this. We're just waiting for the Geoghegan goalkeeper Kieran Glennon to get back into position down at our right hand side. Cayman Flynn waits for him, and then he throws in the ball. Ball roll lifted there by Owen Quinn, can't get it into his hand here, and Clonkill men trying to make ground very, very slowly. They're making this men tumbling to the ground big time here, but who has it? Johnny Birmingham. Johnny shrugs the Clonkill man out of the way and then swings a big left boot at it. Luke Loughlin is after the breaking ball. No one able to get clean possession. Eventually Castletown men have it. I think that's Liam Varley on it. Liam blocked down as he threw the ball up there. Ball heading towards the 45 there for the Clonkill men. They have it again.
For Nipper
little hand pass inside.
Pader put aside.
And Pader Scally puts his side back into lead. First score for Pader in this full game here. Man, he got a yellow card early and was on eggshells there. Took him off and then reintroduced him again. Lovely score there, but again a lot of scrappy play there. Castletown men couldn't get the ball into hand. Kieran Glennon, he's looking for a ball down at the far end. Certainly needs to get it in here. His side trailing by that score there from Pader Scally. One between them. First minute has gone in this second period of extra time, and Kieran back in the goals. Poking it out against whatever breeze is out there, taking his time, just waiting for somebody to make a move, and then fires it over the far side of the field, but can't find the Castletown man because straight into the hand of Niall Dowdle. Niall has been introduced. Not a great strike by Niall. He was under a little bit of pressure, but again, hands on error there by the Castletown man and Clonkill are in there.
Niall Mitchell
has it in his hand, and referee said I think there was a foul, not by Niall but by one of his teammates off the ball there on the Castletown man. Niall had the ball in his hand, but the free is given, and the free is going to be back inside their own 45, and I think it's Liam Varley is going to take it.
At this stage now, Ray, any side that gets a 2-point lead, it's a huge advantage.
Absolutely.
2-point lead nearly forces the opposition to go for a goal in these closing stages. Not a great free from Liam Varley.
Nobody finds a teammate. That ball is brought under control. Good work there. I think it's Johnny Birmingham charging forward. Nice hand pass over to the far side. Couple of hand passes. Plunkin Maxwell doesn't take it in the hand. Fires it into the danger area. He's dropping right in there. Alan McGrath goes the highest but drops the ball. Castleman trying to get in on the breaking ball. Body's going in on it, but it's
Alan
the
McGrath
Clonkill man that have it
has
again.
been immense in there in the full back line.
Kelvin Riley, the man that completes the clearance down this side of the field. Anthony Price trying to get on it. He's been closed down there by Aaron Glennon. Good work there by the cornerback. Ball is eventually picked up there. Plunkett Maxwell shovels it off to Niall O'Brien. Spins and fires his ball into space. Looking for
down towards his brother.
Is that Kieran O'Brien that has been reintroduced again? Kieran can't get on the ball over there because the Clonkill men have it. Shovel pass out to Dara Egerton. Dara comes forward and fires a long delivery down the far side of the field. Luckily for Castletown, it dropped inside the two players there, but David Lynch is over there reading the play. He gives it out to Johnny Birmingham. Johnny into Niall O'Brien. Niall through the hands it goes. Dean McDermott, the team captain, but there was a late hit on Niall O'Brien as he got the hand pass away, and certainly it's going to be a free for the Castletown. It's on the 65, on the Clonkill 65, and Angus, I can see him jogging over there to take this, because I think that one, a slap in there, late slap in by one of the Clonkill players, and this free for Angus Clark is on the 65 metre line.
I really think, Ray, that if Clonkill keep their discipline, they'll win this game even with 7 minutes to go, because their full back line's got completely atop of the Castletown full forward line, and I can't see Castletown getting many scores. It was a free, and it was a careless free. It was slapped down, no need for it. I think Castletown are working harder to get the scores at the moment, and they're just barely hanging on, I think. But it's a big free for Angus.
Angus stands over this free now. He stoops, he lifts it, and he strikes, and it's dropping in. It's a dangerous one, unfortunately, for Angus. Brendan Murton missed one in regulation time from a crucial position, and that time Angus just pulled that one to the right and wide there, and certainly had no problem with the distance there. So a let off for Clonkill, we have to say, as Andrew Mitchell, again, he's back in the goals, are using all his experience, has the look and see, is there anyone making a move for him, and he comes out and fires it right-handed, goes long, dropping down here between the 45 and 65 metre line. Castlemen go for it, misjudged, and ball pulled on by Luke Loughlin in, but David Lynch is in there again, reads it very well, gives the ball inside to Dean McDermott. Dean drops the ball, doesn't make connection on the strike, and Brendan Murton, again, great cover there by David Lynch, got to stick to it, great tackle there, the ball is on the ground, there's a lot of players tackling for it. One thing players don't need to do now is give away needless frees here. The ball, who comes over? I think it's that man Liam Varley, down towards Niall O'Brien. Niall fighting with Dar Egerton, ball breaks inside, but again Castletown man had a chance to get it up, and Dar Egerton comes forward with a little ball in over the top, a late hit there by Plunkett Maxwell, and I just said it a couple of minutes ago, the one thing you cannot do at this stage of the game, Barry Kelly, is give away stupid
Dar Egerton was magnificent there in defence. He's had a superb game. Dar Egerton, he'd be a contender for man of the match here in my view. And won a crucial ball there, burst forward, and Brendan scores this free now. I think Castletown need a goal. I just cannot see them scoring, 2 points level it, but I can't see them getting 3 points to win this game, Ray, with only less than 5 minutes to go, and certainly the Clonkill defence have got on top there. The likes of Dara Egerton and Alan McGrath have been immense in the last 45-50 minutes. Expect Brendan to score this now to make it 3-15 to 2-16, 25 or 24-22 when we're down to 4 minutes left for it.
Brendan lifts it and Brendan strikes it, not into the best
over the bar.
But the outcome is good because that's all he needed. It's over the bar, 2 points between the sides. Kieran Glennon in a hurry with the puck out, fires it over to the far side of the field, but there's green jerseys underneath that. Scally gives it into Niall Dowell. Niall didn't manage to control the ball, goes to the ground. Castletown do the turn it over, kicked across into a little bit of space here, but good win there by Kelvin Riley. Kelvin, lovely ball, great play by Anthony Price, lovely skill by Anthony, fires the ball over here to Alan Dowd. There's a foot race here. David Lynch, does he go shoulder to shoulder? The referee says he does. Again, danger not cleared off for Castletown because Owen Quinn doesn't control it, and Niall Mitchell picks the ball up, and Niall
Toward
has
Brendan Murta,
a beautiful ball across to Brendan Murta. Brendan's in a little bit of space. Jinx comes back on his right hand, and over the shoulder it goes, and it's a 3-point game. Beautiful play by Niall Dowdle, or not Niall Dowdle, Niall Mitchell. Great vision there. Fired over
the two right men combined there. A great crossfield pass, and Brendan, I think for a slight second he was tempted to go for glory and go for the goal, but experienced player that he is, he realised the point was vital to his team, and Castletown need a goal now, and it's all Clonkill now. In fairness, it really is. Clonkill have taken over in the last 6-7 minutes.
Luke Loughlin driving forward there after the ball, but Angus Clark got back to block him, and Conor Kane has it, and Conor Kane has it driven down the field here. Ball broken away by the Clonkill backs. Castletown men on the breaking ball, again forced away from the goals, gets the strike in, but it's not a great strike. Looking for a Castletown man in front of the goals there. Who's fighting for it? Niall O'Brien is in there, he's trying to get on. His brother Kieran is there. Castletown man is on the ground, the ball is thrown out into a little bit of space, but Niall O'Brien is dragged there, and he's dragged to the ground, and it's an opportunity for Castletown. And I suppose at this stage, Barry, there's 3 minutes left, 2.5, probably a minute of injury time. Probably the right thing to do is keep the scoreboard
bringing the free in, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was a little bit of ill-discipline here on Cayman Flynn bringing the ball very central here now.
I think that could be. It's a. Yeah, well, but it's dissent there by the Clonkill players, and I was actually debating with Ray here whether he go for a point or not. I think now, with only 2 minutes left, I think they have to go for a goal. I can't see them getting 2 more attacks.
There's 5 men in the goals. We see them there. And Andrew Mitchell has two teammates either side of him here is Niall O'Brien. Now he's got a decision to make. What does he do? Is it Angus to stand over?
I think he's going to go for a goal, Ray, because it's very hard to see how Castletown will get 2 more attacks and get 2 points. They need a goal, and to me this is the best chance to have. It looks like he's going to step forward and go for a goal.
Yeah, Angus Clark standing over.
Massive moment here in the county final, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. As he lifts it and he strikes it. And
it's saved.
The breaking ball to Kieran O'Brien. Pulled on again. Opportunity. Pull. Isn't it? Where is it? It's at the bottom of the post. We can't see it here, but there's a Clonkill man has it, and he's horsed out over the end line at 65. Here. Great strike by the Angus Clark here. We're just looking at it here. Angus stepped back from it. Knew what he wanted to do. Took the step back from it. Got the shot in.
We're down to the last 70 seconds.
Angus with
this
the shot.
Possibly Castletown's last chance.
There was a couple of chances there. Someone got a strike on it. I think Andrew Mitchell almost on the ground, got a stick to it and got it out away from the goals, and had a defender to help him there, and the ball is out over the end line. It's a 65. Liam Vardy is taking the 65. Goes short. Might still work out. Plunkett Maxwell is on the ball, but Clonkill men are on the chasing out, forcing the ball away from the goal. Swarm around the Castletown men. They have it out. They're on their own 45 now. Ball not cleared. Frontal tackle on Liam Varley. Liam has about 5 Clonkill men around.
Free in for Liam Varley.
Foul on Liam Varley. Liam. Couple of players getting a little bit agitated here. Liam was on the ground. Players around him. Liam's helmet has gone off, but concentration needs to be kept here because Clonkill are within
20 seconds.
Within touching distance of 3 in a row. Niall O'Brien is standing over this free. What's he going to do? Is he going to go for the shot? Is he going to give a pass? Fires it. It's a dangerous one. It's blocked down there by Niall Mitchell, no less. In front of the square. Danger not gone away yet. There's a scrum right in front of the goals. Who's going to get possession? I reckon Cayman will have to come away with it, throw in the ball. But no, it's broken out. And it's that man, Brendan Murta. He has the ball coming away towards the corner. Uses all his strength to get the ball into his hand. But again, he's dispossessed. The clearance not made. Right inside in the corner it is. Clonkill fighting for it. Castletown fighting for it. Who has it? Ball is fired across by Owen Quinn.
Wide, I think.
It's a high dropping ball. It was a nameless ball to nobody in particular.
It's all over, I think, Ray.
I think it is. That's the last action of the Hurling Championship for 2020. Clonkill, county champions for 2020. 3 in a row for Clonkill. And boy, were they made turn that one. But they answered every question, Barry Kelly, that was asked of them. They used their bench. Absolutely brilliant game of hurling. You have to feel for Castletown. They put in a monumental effort, but hats off to the Clonkill men. Hats off to Pat O'Toole, the experienced players, Brendan Murta, Paddy Dowd while he was on the field, and that man that came in off the bench, Niall Mitchell, rescued them there in the dying seconds of the original time there, and a great win for Clonkill, and certainly a very sweet victory for them.
Magnificent game of hurling, Ray. Great credit to Clonkill. The times they looked in bother. They were 5 points down at one stage in the second half, but they came back, and I think the stronger bench, Ray, was the crucial part of the game, really. They had subs to bring in who all made an impact. Obviously, Niall Mitchell scored 2 goals for a start and made that last point for Brendan Murtagh. But, yeah, great. I mean, a 3 in a row is a marvellous achievement for any club. It's certainly not an easy thing to do, and Clonkill deserve great credit there. Some of the lads have shown the wounds of war. Shane Power is slowly making his way onto the pitch, very gingerly. He's got his arm in a sling. He obviously got a knock, but I'm quite sure now he'll get over that in the next couple of hours.
Yeah, absolutely so, because, you know, when you win these tight games and you...
But I have to say, a great credit to everyone involved here, Ray, today, in fairness. It was absolutely a magnificent game of hurling. 3-16 to 2-16. Every player played his part, the referee, the officials, the umpires, the linesmen. It really was a credit to Westmeath Hurling that we had such an epic county final in such a difficult conditions, and great credit to Clonkill. 3 in a row is, as I said, it's not done too often in any county. Or you have to feel sorry for the Castletown lads. They gave it everything. The likes of David Lynch had a magnificent game. Angus Clark, Niall O'Brien, other lads as well. Joe Clark, one of his best ever games in a long number of years playing with Castletown. Just couldn't quite get across the line. Couple of injuries probably played their part, but
yeah, they lost out inside it. You alluded to it a few times, Barry, during the game. Their inside line, you know, they had to replace a lot of their inside line, and a lack of experience certainly seemed to be a factor in there. A lot of young players finished this county final. They'll benefit from that, but it'll be a hard bitter pill for Pat O'Brien and his backroom team to swallow.
Absolutely, yeah. And everyone would feel sorry for Pat O'Brien. Is a real genuine GAA man, a wonderful GAA man, does huge work. He was involved with Castletown under 10s this year as well as their senior team. That says it all about him. He's a genuine GAA man, and people certainly feel sorry for him, and the Castletown lads, a great GAA club. But I suppose on the other side you have the likes of Pat O'Toole, who's also a great GAA man, and Pat O'Toole has a fantastic record with Clonkill, and he's come back in now after 2 in a row under Kevin O'Brien, and Pat O'Toole has come back in now, finish off the 3 in a row. And both sides, I suppose, you see here, Ray, on the pictures below, the Clonkill lads surrounded by all the supporters, and the Castletown lads just kind of not as many supporters around, obviously, few people commiserating, but heartbreaking loss for Castletown, but a great win for Clonkill.
Yeah, absolutely, Barry. You know, it's monumental effort from both sides. Pat O'Toole, again, he has come back here after... He has come back to the fold here. He has great experience. But look, I think we're going to go down to the lads down in the room, down to Paul Doolin. Now, we're gone to Paul Doolin. We're gone to Paul down below
ladies and gentlemen, you're very welcome back here to TEG Cusick Park after an absolutely epic, and I think that's the word that we have to say, an epic county hurling final here. Won for the third time, 3 in a row for Clonkill, 3-16 to 2-16, Johnny, and in extra time, Johnny Greville, they grounded out.
Yeah, I said that at the start. You know, they probably weren't the better team over the whole game. I said Castletown were probably the better hurlers, and probably played the better patches of hurling in the game. But you know, the Clonkill just ground the bit of experience. Brendan, you know, didn't have the game of his life, but you know, at crucial moments, crucial minutes in the crucial stages, he contributed to the game. You know, you wouldn't have thought Clonkill would have finished that game and win it with only Price in the sideline. You know, who was a pivotal player for them as well. But I thought Pater Scally was one of the key players. You know, he was taken off, he was on a yellow card, things weren't going for him, but when he came back in and introduced him again, I think he had a lot to do with why Clonkill got across the line.
Yeah, and Niall Mitchell as well, John, two goals when he came on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're asking for your substitutes.
Without a doubt, he probably only held the ball in his hand maybe 3 times, Paul, in the whole game, but he just looked so dangerous every time the ball went in. He's so composed on the ball and took the 2 goals really well. But now Castletown will be kicking themselves. Like they got a great goal from Joe Clark to go 3 points up, and conceded that sloppy goal then to Niall Mitchell. Probably a goalkeeping went for a short hook out and got overturned, and which you can't do. But I think Clonkill overall, you know, they had probably more players playing well than in Castletown. Castletown were just totally overlined on Angus and Niall O'Brien and Joe Clark, I think, up front as well. The other forwards just didn't appear to offer anything at all, you know.
Yeah, we're going to hand straight back over to our presentation party. Billy Foley up there in the presentation box going to present the trophy now to the winning captain from Clonkill.
In the most horrendous conditions, we have enjoyed one of the best county finals we've ever seen in this county, and I'd like a round of applause for two magnificent teams. And I think even in these dreadful conditions, Cusack Park stood up magnificently well, and we must thank all the people who look after it. And a special word today for Mick Moody, who works here every day on his 21st anniversary of starting in Cusack Park. So a big thank you, Mick. A special word as well to our sponsors, Slevin Transport, who despite the horrendous economic conditions have stuck with Westmeath Hurling. Thank you very much to everyone involved with Slevin Transport. A special word as well, and thank you to Cayman Flynn and his team of officials who in dreadful conditions did a wonderful job. Thank you, Cayman. Now it's poor consolation to Castletown and how magnificent they were today, and they contributed so much to this wonderful game and indeed to a great hurling championship in 2020. But the least we could do is give Castletown Geoghegan a round of applause for their efforts. Now I've two things to do and I won't hold you much longer. First of all, we need to present the Man of the Match award. In 90 minutes or 85 minutes of wonderful hurling, it was very hard for the press boys to pick the Man of the Match, but eventually they decided on the great Clonkill number 6, Dara Egerton. And we would like very much to thank Paul Donovan for his kind gesture of putting up the prize. Thank you, Paul. Now, last Sunday, I mentioned the true warrior of Westmeath GAA, and he's out there again today, but we won't mention you today, Paddy. But I'm going to present the cup today to one of the greatest hurlers who's ever played in this county. And we have been a privilege to watch him over all these years. And without further ado, here is the Westmeath Examiner Cup.
Tá nátarn a Kershaw Laga le Clonkill. It's a bit heavier today, it's full of water. But I'll start with what a battle. Two teams out there. It had to go right down to extra time, the wire to the very end. Castletown pushing all the way. We were lucky to get back at full time. We got back, thank God. But we start with Castletown. We knew we were going to a huge test against you today. 3 cheers, hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Next, I want to thank our sponsors. In such hard times, strange times, it's great to be even hurling. And we still had lads that went into their pockets. We got tops, we got socks, we got other stuff. But look, it was brilliant to get that. I want to thank you. I can't remember all of you. With Mark Keegan and Christy Austin, 2 of them, they're out there hurling, great Clonkill men. But I want to thank the sponsors. Fair play to you. Next on to our management. We had a couple of wise men there. They're around a long time. We start with Larry and Martin. They've been there on and off over the years. They never put us a foot wrong. Thanks a million, lads. Next, we've joined managers. Frank was with us, came in 2018. Frank, you won a championship with us then. You come back this year, and you've done it again. Fair play to you, Frank. Frank Aye. the man on his side, I think he could have managed the team in '69 when they won it. He's that long around. He's trained me since I was under 10. He's involved with teams every year in Clonkill. If it's not senior, it's something. And he's a legend in Clonkill and in my eyes. And that's the great Pow Tool. Next, I want to thank the officials today. Caelan Flynn, his first final. Can't say he didn't do too much wrong. He was fair on both sides. And fair play to you, Caelan, and the linesman and everyone that was involved in that. I want to thank the facilities here as well, Boyle and everyone behind the scenes, and all the work they're doing. As I said already, it's great to be even hurling, and they've only left so many people into the field, and they're looking after the thing as best they can. In my opinion, they're running really well, and thanks a million, and it's great to be here hurling. The most important man in the whole lot. Look, we took a break. We had to take a break. We went back strong earlier on the year. There's been 50-something men above in the field training on a panel. Unbelievable stuff. We won intermediates yesterday. And now we've 3 in a row. To our supporters, look at, we've been telling you not to celebrate with us, but we'll see you at some stage, all right? Thanks a million for your support. At home, here, I don't know, you could be in pubs and half drunk, I don't know what it is, but thanks for your support, and it's brilliant, and you've always been brilliant. That's it, lads. Today, we made history again. We've 3 in a row, right? And we're back on Clonkill.
Yeah, we're back here in the bowels of TEG Cusack Park after what has been an absolutely thrilling county hurling final between Clonkill and Castletown Geoghegan. And of course, just as we're ready to speak, the whole place nearly collapses on us here. John Shaw's looking man to be alive. But John, I'd say that was not the biggest fright you got today, or the biggest excitement we got today.
Yeah, epic stuff, I think, Paul, I have to say. Really exciting stuff. And I think, goals after goals in the extra time period there, and Clonkill just had that little bit of extra experience, and probably a few more players playing well maybe than Castletown. Castletown, probably Angus and Niall just faded out a little bit, purely, I'd say, pure tiredness, I'd say, the conditions. But, you can't take it away from Clonkill. They just grounded out there, and they got those 2 crucial goals. Niall Mitchell just held his composure so well to get them across the line. So I say overall, probably deserving winners.
And that crucial goal, Johnny, heading into added time, and Niall Mitchell just pops up. Johnny on the spot, in the right place.
Yeah.
And he didn't panic at all. That's the one thing I admired about it. And I watched it back again on video. Some lads, they see the ball coming to him, it's like a hot potato. But he didn't.
No.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he slotted it into the back of the net and broke Castletown hearts. Let's be honest about it.
I know he did, yeah. No, he's a pleasure working with him at county level over the years, and he has that. He's coolness personified. Even when he got it where he had it, I kind of half knew he was going to have to strike that ball at the back of the net was going to ripple, but it was the key John spoke about early on about the substitutions and about what the impact they were going to make, and his his introduction was hugely important in the game overall. Like the 2 goals were, at the end of the day, won the game.
Yeah, and just the heart of Castletown were ripped out at that stage. So we leading by 3 points going into added time, John. I mean, they probably thought that the Westmeath Examiner Cup was heading out towards Castletown at that stage.
Yeah, we said that as well. I think that to be leading probably for most of the game, and to get that sucker punch goal. Like I think psychologically, Clonkill had the advantage going into the second into the extra time, and it showed as well. Just a bit of extra experience they had. I think they had that few extra players just playing well, and it's heartbreaking for Castletown, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, well, somebody has to win the game, I suppose, and after 80 minutes here, it is Clonkill with the 3 in a row, Johnny, and nobody can deny it. Like, they won it fair and square, and they won it on one of the most horrible days of all time.
Yeah. Look, they're a seasoned group of players, and probably deserve it for all they've put in over the last 10 or 50. I see Brendan over there holding the cup, and prouder man. To have it there, and it deserves it just as well as anybody else does. But testament to the backroom teams of both teams. Like the boys were in great condition. I see Luke down with a bit of cramp early on now, or late on in the game. But other than that, it's testament to both setups to have the boys in the shape.
Yeah, and just as we're mentioning the boys there, we have 3 of the winning team here this afternoon. They're going to speak to Ray, Brendan Murta, Dara Egerton, and Luke Loughlin, as well as Pat O'Toole, the manager. So we'll pass you over to Ray to just for the interview there.
Yeah, thanks very much, Paul. We're manager of the Victoria team, Pat O'Toole. Pat, a great win, but I tell you, that was a tough battle out there.
Massive. It was done by the Ludo. I suppose maybe experienced boys got it over the line. Just that, the older boys held the head. Just got over the line. Now it's a struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. You call experience, and certainly there's no more of an experienced man in Westmeath and in a good few counties. The man standing on your left-hand side with the cup in his hand, your team captain, Brendan Murta. Brendan, a monumental effort to get through that, because looking as it was coming towards the 70th minute, it was looking dodgy for you, but you really dug deep and pulled it out to get the extra time.
Yeah, look, that was as hard a battle as we'll get, probably ever. They threw everything at us. I think we got the goals at the right time. They got it in the first half there and drove them on. We got it at the right time. Like Niall Mitchell coming in, and fair play to him, he was hurt and just about got back. But he made a difference. He got them a couple of goals when we needed them. And then I thought as the game went on, we got stronger and stronger. We kind of grew into the game, same as we did in the semi-final. And look at Castletown, our fine side, they were favourites again today. And the reason, the hurlers that they have, we knew it was going to be a battle. And I think as the game went on, we got the grips of them, we started closing them down, we started to get the scores a bit easier. And thank God, it took extra time, but thank God we done enough, and just about.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought as the game developed, your backs got on top, and none more so than the man that's on your left-hand side there, Brendan. We nominate him for man of the match, and certainly a huge effort, Dara. I know playing on your own relation in there, that forward line, a couple in there to give you a trouble, but I think in the end you came out on top, and certainly you have the honours here this evening.
Yeah, I just don't know about coming out and talking about Niall. I thought he played really well today, to be honest. Look, he is one of the best forwards in Westmeath, if not Leinster as well. There's no easy job marking him. He's really tricky, and it's great having him back here in Westmeath especially as well. And just delighted to come out on the right side of it today. There's nothing easy about it.
Yeah, look over there on the left hand side. I know you're making the long trip over from Galway for training or whatever else there. Certainly Kim did well today for your side. Your bench really proved important. Niall Mitchell coming in with a big change in factor for the lads that he brought in, lads that played even in the intermediate game yesterday, all contributed towards it.
I was told to calm down before I came in anyway, so they may relax before I say it, but definitely, Niall Mitchell's probably one of the best hurlers in Westmeath by a mile, and to bring him on, same as Anthony. Anthony over the years has been one of the best players in Westmeath. Look, sure, we won, that's it. I'm not going to say too much more after that. Happy enough.
Yeah, well done there, Luke. A great performance. Pat, we'll just come to you to finish up here. As a club, I think we've seen it here yesterday with your intermediate team. Lads there that came on there, Christopher Austin put in a huge shift yesterday, came on. They all contributed to it, and a great club effort and a great weekend for Clonkill.
Oh, massive, yeah. It's great time for Clonkill, there's no two words about it. We were up for this job today. Now, we knew the battle that was on today, there's no question about it. I suppose, just the way the game was going extra time, we had that experience got us over the line,
Yeah, look at it. We want to thank you all for coming and joining us here under the stand here for the Earv TV, because you've taken the cup away. Brendan has it here in his hand. So look, we'll let you go back out and join your teammates. Congratulations to all four of you and to the whole club on a great year for Westmeath Hurling and a great year for Clonkill in particular. Well done to every one of you.
Yeah, and congratulations, of course, there to Clonkill, and how fitting it is for one of the finest hurlers I've ever seen, Brendan Murta, who lifted the Westmeath Examiner Cup this afternoon, and fair play to him for that, John. I think there's nobody in this county, or indeed in many other counties, would deny Brendan lifting that Westmeath Examiner Cup.
Without doubt. I mean, look, I played with Brendan since we were probably 13 years of age, and you know, he's such a dedicated man to his game, and particularly, I suppose, in the last couple of years, he just keeps himself in such top shape, and you know, he has the size, he's the skill, but he's a great temperament for the game as well. You know, he keeps going at it. You know, he's great experience, know-how. You know, he got one great point there towards the end. You know,
crucial score.
Nine Mitchell hit it across to him. You know, other players might have maybe there was a chance of a goal, but he knew that the point was the
bigger picture was to get the win, I suppose.
Exactly. Yes.
And Johnny, a man of the match, Darragh Egerton. I wouldn't disagree with that. I thought he was absolutely tremendous, particularly in that second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose when he grew into it, and I suppose you look at Niall O'Brien being. Curtailed him for the most important part of the game, coming towards the latter stages, and you know that's probably the reason why he got it. You know, I think like looking at it overall, it was very hard to pick out an individual out of a group team performance. I thought maybe apart from Angus and Niall O'Brien in the early stages that we thought who stood out from the crowd, but overall I think Clonkill would be a huge team performance right across. Like look at Andrew Mitchell in the goals. Like Andrew is not too far off the same age as myself, you know, and his puckouts.
We won't say what that age is, Johnny. Now leave that one away.
But you know, his puckouts were good. You know, difficult conditions, like, and really good puckouts, and you know his frees coming out, deep out the field as well, and you know, clever. You can't beat experience. You know, experience is really important on county final day.
Yeah, and John, we talked about the conditions and how wet and how miserable it was out there today, and to get the style of hurling and to get the game that we got was truly outstanding. I've a long time coming to Cusack Park. It's one of the finest games of hurling I've ever seen in absolutely torrential rain. You know, we're waiting for Noah's Ark to come down along the canal there.
Without a doubt, yeah. And I was just complimenting, we were talking in the stand there about the quality of free taking, like from Brendan and Angus and Niall as well. Like I think they only missed maybe 2 or 3 frees.
I've only four wides in total for both sides.
It was a serious quality. Like you know, the quality of striking was impeccable. You know, but I think both teams, in fairness to Castletown as well, they'll feel very disappointed this evening as well, because they did give it everything.
Yeah.
They left it. They can't say that they didn't give it their best shot. They certainly gave their best shot, but it probably hadn't enough up front. Really, they're totally reliant, I think, on Niall and Angus and Joe Clark as well. The other forwards probably just didn't give them enough, you know. Whereas Clonkill had Padder Scally getting the point. Geordie Smith made a great impact.
Scored a great goal
when he came on as well. So they had just, you know, a few of the players. Luke was there. Even Alan Dowdle, you know, had patches of, as well. He just seemed more threatened maybe than, whereas Castletown seemed to be chopping and changing there with a few different players up front, and you know, they just probably wasn't working for them. So
Johnny, just to sum up the whole thing, probably the team that dug it out more probably won the day, I suppose.
Yeah, no, the battle hardened and the experienced players came to the fore. I said that beforehand. Like overall, in my opinion, Clonkill's performance wasn't up to the same level as Castletown's if you break it down for minute per minute, and quality right across. So, you know, but as I said that, you know, finals are there. It doesn't matter how you perform.
Absolutely, it doesn't make any difference.
It's about winning, like, and you know, Clonkill got 3 in a row. They have a great history. You know, the win yesterday as well, and you know, they're really striding forward. And I said it again, and allude, I suppose we haven't really spoken an awful lot about the backroom teams, and I know I said it already, and I'm going to say it again. But you know, both backroom teams have to get huge credit for, you know, a very difficult 2020 for everybody. You know, and to have the players in the shape like they had them in today to be able to produce that type of performance in those conditions, you know, you have to hand it to both setups.
Yeah, so that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Here, VTV, we're finished for this year almost at this stage now. That's virtually all our finals here, finished here for 2020. The final of the hurling championship goes to Clonkill, 3 in a row, 316 to 216. An epic battle here that will live long in the memory. My very good thanks to Johnny Greville and John Shaw for joining me here. Also, huge thanks to Ray Gavin and Barry Kelly, who were on commentary all afternoon. And indeed to everybody that has been a part of Eirvy TV on what has been a very strange season, but has been a very wonderful season here as well. But today belongs to the men from Lohigar, the men from Clonkill. It's 3 in a row. They're county champions for 2020. From all of us here at Eirvy TV, we hope to see you again soon. Maybe under better circumstances, but we hope to see you again soon. From all of us involved here in Eirvy TV, from our county PRO, Donny Malone, who has put in an absolutely enormous effort here. Tom Scatts Brown on the camera as well. Ollie Gallagher, Ger Gavin and Pat Feary. We've put in a huge effort to try and get you to the games. We hope you've all enjoyed it here this afternoon on Eirvy TV, and that you've enjoyed the season with us here on Eirvy TV. But for now, it's goodbye from the bowels of Cusack Park after a tremendous day for Clonkill, 3 in a row, county champions. Good night and God bless, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we'll see you again very soon.
TEG, proud sponsors of TEG Cusick Park, serving aviation, biopharmaceuticals and medical industries across the globe. TEG has been to the fore in the fight against COVID-19 with our customers and partners. A local business employing local people. Visit teg.com/careers to learn more. Wishing all our GAA patrons a safe passage through the championship.
There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. If I ain't got you, ain't got you, baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like.
All new Renault Capture SUV for all your lives.
Turris is the official coach developer programme of Leinster GAA. Turris aims to assist coaches develop the whole player through individualised, age-appropriate activities, aligned to the GAA player pathway. This is done using Turris's 5 guiding principles. 1. Testing and challenging. All players should be challenged to improve at their level. 2. Understands the player is at the centre of the game and provides individualised development. 3. Resembles the game in that all activities are game-based. 4. All players are involved all of the time. Lots of touches, lots of decisions. 5. Should be an enjoyable, developmentally appropriate and holistic GAA experience. An important aspect of the Turris programme is to develop a coherent approach to coaching in 3 key areas: clubs, schools and academy squads. Club coaches will attend Turris Player Pathway workshops aligned to the players that they are coaching. These workshops, delivered by Leinster GAA staff, will discuss what age-appropriate coaching involves, as well as demonstrating a variety of practical coaching activities. All club coaches who attend these workshops will then be supported by Leinster GAA staff back in their club environment. These club visits will help coaches to further understand the Turris coaching principles and embed them in their weekly coaching sessions. Teachers at both primary and post-primary level will also be given opportunities to attend player pathway workshops tailored to meet their needs within school settings. At academy squad level, coaches will be offered bespoke learning opportunities to improve their coaching expertise, as well as a constant source of mentoring through talent development leaders within counties. Talent development leaders are Leinster staff members tasked with implementing the player pathway content, as well as player development guidelines within talent academies. A key part of their task is to develop coaches working within talent academy squads using the Turris principles. In all, Turris will support 5,000 coaches across Leinster on their coaching journey. Turris, because better coaches make better players.